Who the fuck is Barcelona? Hey, hey. 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 Who the fuck is Barcelona? Hey.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. I don't know why I wasn't in, but I wasn't in. Anyway, bless up. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Welcome yet again to another Football Chaos. Hopefully everybody is doing A-okay. I've got some panel members that I'll bring on in just a sec. Smash the like, hit the subscribe button. Check out every single person down below if you haven't already. Bless up. And yeah, man. Again, like I said, the links are in the comments. So, particular person you want to go and see more of their content, go ahead. Obviously, most of these people will be around when they can on the show. But yeah, bless up. The show's been doing amazing recently, so thank you so much. I've really been enjoying it as well. And yeah, man, I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna get straight into the show. So, first person I'm gonna bring on is the main man himself, Mr. Michael. I don't know why you're over there, bro. But you are over there. How are you?
Yes. I'm fine, bro. What about you?
Yeah, not so bad, man. Not so bad, bro.
Nice. We got a lot of things to discuss, I'm seeing. So, yeah, let's get straight to it.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. 1000. Next person I'll bring in is 10. How are you, G?
Yeah, doing good. Was on a bit of a vacation during the weekend, like an actual vacation. Got to see, I don't know if you, I got to watch them. And also, obviously, my first show since this team also got spanked. So, yeah, not a good week for these squads for those teams. But yeah, I'm doing well, enjoying the month of June, and looking forward to the show.
Bless up, man. Bless up. Next person I'll bring in, again, probably still hyped off of the win. I can see him smiling in the background. But yeah, we'll bring in Charlie. How are you, man?
What's going on? Big up to Liam, big up to 10, of course, as well. Big up to Michael on the show. Yeah, I'm good. I'm still trying to milk it as much as I can. I mean, look, I don't know when the next one's coming, so I gotta do it. But yeah, look, great. I'm good. I'm doing well. Big up to the chat as well. Subscribe to everybody here. I'm very close to 1.3k. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's there. Please do so. If you're watching. And yeah, once again, Liam, thank you for inviting me on. Should be a fantastic show.
Yeah, no, big up, man. Big up. And then the final person that we've got in here so far, until people join, is Lewis. We'll bring him in. And actually,
big up, everyone. Everyone, how are you, gentlemen? Esteemed gentlemen of the panel, big up. Esteemed gentlemen of the chat, big up. I love this game. This team could hold it. They could hold it. They went for a 4th Champions League, but they held 7 at Munich. Hold.
There we go. What way to end? We do have Alf in the building. He's not just ready just yet, but we will bring him in. Let me start that comment because I know he did just raid. So yeah, bless up to everybody again. Like I said, the everything links wise is in the description. And let's get into the show. So I feel like we have to start with the Champions League final. I know Lewis is gonna be grinning from ear to ear. And I need to hear about the story with the bread. With the croissant.
Listen. It was spectacular.
But yeah, 10. I'll start with you, bro. What did you think of the Champions League final, bro?
Well, actually, I was on vacation. I was actually in a nice resort, beach side and all that. So I got to watch the game, had dinner. First 12 minutes, saw Hakimi score, and I was like, oh, okay, this is probably not going to be into today, I felt like. But yeah, that first half, I think it was 2-0 at halftime. I didn't really watch too much really of the game because I was actually enjoying the nice beach view. It was quite nice weather on Saturday where I am. So, you know, I actually enjoyed the dinner rather than the game itself. I was hoping when it went to like 3-4-0, I was like, let's see if Inter can actually at least score 1 goal. Maybe they had like 1 or 2 chances, but I'll be honest. PSG probably this is. I know this is like what the largest scoreline and all that in the final in Champions League at least. You know, the team that I predicted to win the Champions League, which was Inter, if anyone didn't know. Yeah, my streak is over. At least I got into making the final, but yeah, it's probably an L considering what happened on Saturday. But yeah, look, I felt like a lot of people, unless you're Inter, enjoyed that game, I guess. Obviously, this is the first time a French club has won a Champions League. That's not Marseille. And what better way for for PSG, the French fans, or whatever to celebrate by destroying the city of Paris. Obviously, that's the most typical celebration style. But I'll say, look, it was probably the most one-sided final from the bit size of the game. And I will say this: Desiree Doué is probably like
What player?
he is like next World Cup, France. It's not the story of Mbappe. It could be the story of desire, freedom from desire. Doué is going to terrify everyone. But yeah, man of the match, Desiree Doué had the desire for 2 goals and assists. So yeah, it was from PSG perspective perfect. From Inter, yeah, losing 5-0, getting spanked isn't great. But obviously, with this news about Simone, now you might as well call him Simona, basically. Quitting Inter after getting humiliated is a bit is quite big. And I will say with PSG, they're looking good for the Club World Cup. For Inter, I don't really think they really care about the Club World Cup, I'll be honest. But this was the last chance with this sort of group of players for Inter. I think this was the last bit for their group of players. And now it seems like a rebuild from them.
Yeah. No,
And you score when it's my bet.
Before I let anybody else go, we do have Alf in here. First things first, I want to say thank you for the raid, my brother. Yeah, let's get you in here. How are you, G?
I'm doing good right now. First of all, yesterday my birthday, I over-celebrated a bit, but better than that, exam today, I felt like a fucking god. I knew everything, bro. I've never had an exam. Sometimes you're just in the zone. We've all played football. Sometimes you just feel in the zone. I felt in the zone taking that exam today. I don't know why. I just felt so good taking that exam. I can't even describe the feeling. Maybe I'm starting to become a masochist. Maybe that's the thing. Anyhow, Frankfurt losing 7-3 to Real Madrid in 1960 in Glasgow. That's 65 years ago. That was for 65 years the biggest defeat in Champions League history. Until the Champions League final this season. 65 years, that was the biggest defeat. And then Inter Milan. Well, how can you describe that? Honestly, it was a boring game. I can't lie. It was a boring game because, sometimes it's just like too easy. Yeah, when you play a video game and you put it on the easiest setting and you're like, I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah.
That's what this game was like. I did not enjoy watching this. PSG did not stay Inter apart. Inter just stood still and watched PSG score. It wasn't great football by PSG. It was at points, but PSG wasn't per se great. Inter was just terrible. It was so bad to watch. I honestly think that this final was worse to watch than the final in 2023, which was a terrible final, by the way. But at least that final had some fights. This final, bro, I think Lukaku would have been Inter's best player if he played that final. That's how bad Inter was. And, at least Lukaku gets goal-like clearances. Maybe for the wrong team, but he does something.
Yeah.
So, this Inter team, it's shocking. It really is. Ever since Inzaghi started talking and flirting with the Saudi club, I forgot which one.
Al Hilal, yep.
Inter Al Hilal, they have fallen off. They have just fallen off. And I think these players know this manager don't give a fuck anymore. This manager is with his head in Saudi. He wants to get that back. And 5-0. Embarrassing. 5-0
and dipped.
I feel like
at least in the 7-3 from Real Madrid Frankfurt, which was for 65 years, biggest defeat in Champions League final history. At least they scored 3 goals. At least they had some fights. This Inter team couldn't even score. That's more embarrassing than Brazil 7-1.
There we go. I feel like I have to go to Lewis next.
Oh, no. Everybody else take their time. Please,
Okay.
please.
All right.
please.
We'll go with Michael next then. You're muted, brother. You're muted.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Apologize.
Unbelievable final, guys. Unbelievable. A new superstar is born with Desiree Doué. This guy is unbelievable. And yeah, Buddy were the best team in the Champions League. So yeah, deserved it. And from Inter side, yeah, this is gonna be the end of their team. They need to refresh because from neutral point of view, the final was so bad. I think in the second half, I was starting to talk with the chat about other things because the game was already done. Of course, I still kept watching it, but it was, not really that good anymore, to be honest. And yeah, about Inzaghi, I think he's going to leave Inter because, there's no coming back after losing the Champions League final 5-0. 5-0, guys. No, embarrassment.
Charlie, what did you think, man?
Well, I mean, that's the most one-sided final I've ever seen. One of the most one-sided games I've ever seen. Look, my gut before the game was telling me that PSG would win, but I said like 2-1 PSG. 5-0 was never in mine or anyone's thoughts. Either way, going into this game for either team. I'll be honest, right? I'll come to Inter in a sec, but on PSG, I said it on my show. That is one of, if not the best team I've ever seen in a final. Like, genuinely, the way they played, the pure just football was another level to anything I've seen in recent times. Genuinely, it was insane. The level, and it's not even just one or two players that have like, the star quality, the kind of individual brilliance. It was every player of that team does something. Every player has a purpose. There's no clear weakness in this PSG team from what I saw in the final and obviously in the semis against Arsenal, even in the first leg, you could say. So fully deserved. I think overall they've been the best team in Europe this season. But on Inter, look, it would have been nice for a Serie A team to finally win the Champions League after 15 years. I know 10 had his prediction. He got all three predictions wrong for the final. Spurs losing, Betis, unfortunately, even though Betis winning would have been nice. But yeah, look, it was a disgrace, to be honest. Like, no matter how good PSG were, like I said, you can't be losing 5-0. No matter who you are, you could be the best or the worst team. If you lose 5-0 in any game, let alone a final, it's embarrassing and shocking. And I feel like with Inter, the second half of the season, really, a few wheels have been coming off in terms of I felt that they weren't quite. Look, I'm kind of in the mud because I've rated this Inter team so highly from last season, but then this season, I mean, I said that, look, they aren't quite looking as dominant as they were last season, but then they were doing much better in the Champions League than last year. So it was kind of hard to say, but yeah, look, they were on for a treble, was it? And they've ended up trophyless. Shocking, really, when you consider that, look, they had the league there. If they didn't, look, Napoli under Conte were fantastic, but they didn't bottle that Lazio game with that penalty. 2 more points, they would have got the league. The Coppa Italia, I don't even need to say much on that because that was a disgrace in itself. We're talking, everyone's talking about the 5-0 in the final, but is nobody going to mention how this Inter team lost 3-0 to, I know Milan have beat, I know it's a derby and stuff, but like they lost 3-0 to this terrible Milan team. They were about to lose Reinders, that had Conceição and like Fonseca before. They couldn't, not just in the semi, they couldn't even beat this team all season, this Milan team. So for me, there's serious cracks here that you have to look at. And I think that, to be honest, it kind of is, a lot of people are saying it is sort of the end of a cycle, if you want to put it like that, because a lot of these players kind of, a lot of veterans in there. I think the manager, as soon as that game ended, I don't know if anything's official yet, but my feeling was that he was going to leave. That I don't think they'd sack him, but I felt like he would leave by kind of like his own, he'd walk essentially, or kind of mutual consent, as they want to put it. And it looks like the Al Hilal stuff will happen. Obviously great for them to get a manager like Inzaghi, but for Inter, I don't know where they go next, because if they are going to lose Inzaghi, I know he's just lost 5-0, but I don't know who really they could get that's better, because obviously Conte could have been on the market. They could have gone and got Conte back, but now he's staying. That would have been the obvious one. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do, because I think it's not even just a manager. A lot of these players that they have, people underestimate that cycle. It's not just losing a Champions League final, because this team lost the Champions League final 1-0 and bounced back in terms of domestically anyway. We're talking about 5-0. And these players, that is a lot to come back from. Especially, you know, some of the older players that we're already sort of coming towards the end, that Chanaloglu, Damian, these sorts of players, Acerbi. Like, it's hard to say what happens next. And I kind of, not even just now, but I kind of fear what's going to happen to Inter, to be honest. And look, I never saw it coming. I never thought I'd be talking about Inter in this situation, considering what they did with Inzaghi. The fact that they had all these money problems, and yet they were able to find these players to come in and still maintain a level of success. Like, I don't really know what's going to happen, to be honest. So, look, the way I see the final for PSG, look, you guys have pretty much hit the nail on the head. Desire Doué is, I said a few months back that this guy is a proper player. Dembele has had the season of his life. I mean, everybody in that team, but best team for me, but with Inter, serious. Look, it's serious problems. And I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. So, yeah, I can see Lewis is waiting to have his say on this. So, I guess I'll hand it over to Lewis, because I think
before you speak, Lewis, there's a couple of people waiting to come on. So I'll let them come on.
Fine.
I'll speak to them, and then we'll bring you on. So first things first, let's bring on the other guy that's going to be absolutely celebrating. As you see with his shades on, background and everything. Mr. Giovanni himself. How are you, bro?
Oh, I'm having a wonderful, wonderful day. Beautiful. I can smell the fresh air, man. For 48 hours, I haven't heard not one single tweet from any of those Inter scum. I am so happy. I'm telling you, I could sing in Italian right now. Cantare, interista. I'm telling you, listen, I'm loving every single second of this. Listen, first it was Manchester City, which Alf, love your team for that. That was the best. That was one of the best moments. Now PSG just made the cherry on top, man. Gosh, this is perfect. I'm loving every single moment of this. Big up to everybody in the chat, of course. Guys, you better like this stream, you understand? Liam is close to 5K. All right, let's go. But just remember, man, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of questions about this guy right here. A lot of questions. We're going to talk about it. There's a lot of questions. But, gosh, it was beautiful. I had the best watch along. My reactions was the best. Liam was there to watch it. This guy was cracking up. It was the best. I'm telling you, watching all those Inter fans cry, you know, like this guy. Hold on, like this
They
guy
are
right
like
here.
the Arsenal of Europe.
Exactly.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is the definition right here, bro. This is the definition of what Inter fans have been feeling this season, bro. And I'm loving every single second, bro. Loving every single second, every moment. I mean, this was part one, as we all know. This was part one. And, you know, this is part two. You know what I'm saying? Part two.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. But overall, I mean, you could see, I don't even think that Inter really had, they only had 2 shots on target throughout the whole game. I mean, that just says it enough. I mean, we were talking about it, Liam, on the stream. Like, what happened? Did something happen before the game? I think it did. Either it was something with Inzaghi going to Al Hilal links, all that stuff, or the way that they lost the Scudetto, because, you know, they lost it on the last day only by 1 point to Napoli. I mean, you saw the devastation, you know, when they lost the Scudetto. I mean, this guy was crying up a storm. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here. I mean, he was crying up a storm. So, you know, I think it was also because of the Scudetto as well. Because when you lose a Scudetto like that in Italy, it's devastating. I'm telling you, the whole mentality just drops. And I think also with Inzaghi's game plan, I mean, when it was 2-0, he didn't even take off DeMarco like this. You know what I mean? I would have took him off quickly. But I think at the same time, they knew that they were going to lose from minute 1. And it showed. So
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. And maybe, bro, it was because I changed my hair color, right? You know what I'm saying? That it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I see this fraud in the chat talking about Gio's hair looks like the Inter third kit. But listen, hey, it kind of it gave us luck though. You know what I'm saying? It gave my team luck because I had to watch. That was beautiful. Now I could just brag about telling Inter losing. They could say all they want about us losing 7 finals, whatever, this and that. But they could hold that high five, man. You know what I'm saying? High five, guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's what I gotta say. Honestly, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot of more. Woo!
Well, now Gio is absolutely cooked. I was actually just introducing you, but anyway, it is what it is. We will now bring in the other panel member who I was trying to bring on before this guy went into a story. And yeah, the main man himself, Mr. True Gooner himself, Josh. Bless up, bro.
Bless up, boys. How we doing? Bless up, bless up. Yeah, man. Gio, bro. Big up yourself, bro. I bet you're buzzing. But where's Conte, Gio? Can I just ask that quickly?
Hey, don't worry about Conte, bro. Don't worry about
Gio, where's Conte, bro?
You better make sure you guys get
I thought you was
Gyökeres.
gassing that you're going to get him, bro. And he's winning
Listen.
everything next season.
No. Listen, you guys
End
better
of
get
Premier League
Gyökeres.
talking.
All right, you guys better get Gyökeres. Because
Yeah, we better get Gyökeres, mate. Otherwise, we're going with
You know what I'm
Tesco,
saying?
bro. Jesus
We're right
Christ.
there. You're gonna get Mr. Sesko over there. You know
Oh
what I'm
my,
saying?
Benny
Welcome
Tesco,
to
mate.
Football Chaos.
Nah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
big up Gio, bro, every single time. Gio, look, Italia's back, man. We got Norway.
Hey, just for that, Josh, I have it ready.
Yes. Charlie as well. Wait,
Alright.
Charlie, you
Yeah.
fought Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forza
Let's-
Italia,
yeah,
mi
let's go.
fratello.
You know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
we better qualify this time. I'm not doing the last 2 over.
Yeah,
we
facts,
this,
bro.
we got to do it this time.
We need to do it.
We
We need
gotta
to
get
do
the
it.
World Cup,
We
man.
need to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
bro. We need to.
Big up Michael as well, bro. Good to
Yes,
see you,
yes,
man.
Good to see you.
Alf as well. Good to see you. I've not met 10 before. Big up to you, bro. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you, man.
He's a
Meet
good man,
you,
bro.
Our Newcastle.
He's
big-
fucking shameless, though, bro.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
so
watch
shameless.
out.
10's so shameless.
He's fucking
Yeah. I mean, I put in like if Charlie's putting a trophy next to an Arsenal fan, I might as well show
Yeah,
the
look,
trophy.
you
directly.
gotta do it.
Yeah,
You gotta do it.
Oh no!
You have to.
Wait.
We kind of need
Actually,
to box
I
him.
want
prefer
know,
not to
hands
speak.
up for anyone that's actually won the trophy this year.
I prefer not to speak.
Right,
Can we
I-
guys
I-
come here
I-
with shield?
I prefer
Can we
not
guys
to
come here
speak.
with shield?
Lewis, put your hand up.
I prefer not to speak.
Bro, my trophy was this final.
Oh,
I couldn't give a
Rebecca.
rat's ass about the
Rebecca.
Bundesliga.
Oh, absolutely, it was.
Is Alf trying to claim the community shield? Like, come on. What are we doing?
I'm claiming the Belgian Cup.
What are we
Belgian
doing?
Cup.
Oh man.
Oh, there we are. Lewis, go ahead, bro.
Listen, lads, Saturday. Oh man, you should have seen the scenes in my house. My father's a Milan fan. He was already thinking that he had to move to the mountains if Inter won this final. I was scared because I was just there like, oh my God, if my coworker's team wins it at my stadium, I have to move. I have to go to Antarctica or something. Little did I know, within 12 minutes, I saw belt to ass with this Inter team. I mean, this team just died standing up. You saw the light fade away from their eyes. Donnarumma sleeping all 90 minutes, doing nothing. Because even when Inter attacked, they just stink. These guys suck. These guys are frauds. Listen, Liam, I'm so glad I don't have to shave my beard because these guys could hold this. It couldn't happen to a better team. How? You guys as a team should have, before you guys even went to this match, should have realized, listen, we lost against City. We cannot lose this. We need to play as if it is our last match ever. And you just died standing up for 90 minutes. You did nothing. Listen, my man of the match, I'll allow. Whether they got into Inzaghi's head or not, I could not give a rat's ass. They lost 5-0, and it couldn't happen to a better team. Listen, my Millwall would have never gone through that in the UCL final. That's all I have to say. That I could say with chest. Listen.
Yeah, a wet rainy night in Stoke, isn't it?
Listen, I'd rather lose to Stoke in the championship than anything else in the UCL final by 5. Oh, man. I mean, listen, let's talk about this PSG team. Phenomenal attack. Vitinha, phenomenal. Doué, I'm so mad we didn't get him, but the fact that he's in PSG, phenomenal. Kvaratskhelia, oh, my God. Even Dembele. I used to clown this dude. I'm not even going to lie to you. I used to clown Dembele, and I saw him in his final. I was like, is this the same guy that I was clowning from Dortmund and Barca? This is insane. Dude, this entire PSG, 10 out of 10. It was just phenomenal. And it was Inter head loss. It was beautiful. I mean, I get it as a neutral standpoint. This must have been a boring final. People must have hated it. But listen, I'm going to be selfish here and say I enjoyed every single second of this final. From second 1 to the 90th minute, full on through, because these guys are frauds. And I'm so glad that I'm right on this, that these guys are frauds. You guys went from, wow, I just saw Gio's thing. You guys went from going for a treble to twerking for PSG in the final. Absolutely not. Other than that, a Cherby could hold for clowning Muller. You made fun of Muller, and guess what? Now you held 5 in his own house, so you could hold this.
I got his tears.
That's about
here,
it,
bro.
lads.
His tears are right here, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those are DeMarco's tears as well, man.
Listen,
Nah, this whole bottle's just for a Cherby, bro.
Listen,
Oh yeah, no, I cherry too. Yeah.
where does Inter go from here? I can be honest, I couldn't give a damn where they go.
Relegation.
Series C, D, F, Z. I don't.
Yeah, no, I
just-
agree, Lewis. That
I
needs to
couldn't
happen. That needs to happen. That's next.
I couldn't be bothered. But let
That
this
whole
please-
fan base disappeared. They disappeared.
Yeah,
they
my,
still.
my
I'm looking at the only Inter content creator I've been seeing that's posting stuff is Anthony from Inter Worldwide. The rest,
Big up to him.
Sharma,
Yeah, you know why? don't
all
you?
of them.
'Cause
Well,
they're not. He's not a putty, bro. That's why.
I know. No, he could take the heat, but bro, I was just laughing my ass off, man, when I saw, especially, and I got pissed at this guy right here for rejecting the national team.
You know, yeah,
How
he rejected
dare
us,
you?
Gio, bro.
How
Yeah,
dare you?
Do you
dare
guys know what that was about? I don't know. Do you know why he did
I
it?
don't
'Cause
know.
haven't
I
seen it.
don't know.
Was it because of
don't-
Spalletti?
I feel like
I
someone
don't think
threw a
so,
grenade
man.
in the
Because
chat.
because when I heard about that, I'm like, there's no way that this guy is rejecting the Italian national team. I said, you.
I've never,
absolute
especially with
fraud.
Spalletti, I've never seen this.
You know why he's
Yeah.
rejecting it, though, don't you? Because he's a bum.
Yeah. Do you know who's the other centre back now? They're all injured.
They're
apart
all
from
injured.
Bastoni.
Calafiori's injured. Who else?
Yeah.
Scalvini.
Is he fit?
Scalvini's injured.
He must.
I know he's injured.
No, I thought he's injured. Yeah.
Josh for centre back.
You're fucking better job than that, Cherby, mate.
Yeah, we would definitely do a better job than a Cherby, that's for sure, right, Josh?
Oh, mate.
Fucking a
Josh,
Cherby.
you
tell
want
you
to speak about the final?
Well,
Yeah, I do, mate. Let me, bro. Inter, you are a disgrace to Italian football this year, mate. Absolute disgrace. You are a disgrace, man.
Josh,
Yeah,
let him out.
hold on. Italians are known for their defending, man. You got from that in a final. You got, I mean, our boy DeMarco, Gio, and Charlie, man. That guy, oh my god.
That's the worst game I've seen of him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That
He
yeah,
got
that was
absolutely ruined,
definitely,
man.
He got cooked.
Thinker and
And-
hooked.
Yeah, he got hooked for like 10 minutes. I don't know how he made it the second half to even come out like that. Yeah, bro, he got absolutely cooked the whole game, right? I mean, they kept targeting him the whole time, but was it the second goal? How you turn your back, bro? You're not even facing the ball. You're turning your back. What are you doing? Like, and he couldn't even. We know how good he is going forward. Yeah, I think he was too scared to go forward because you know we get rinsed going behind with like how much pace and how good PSG are on the counter attack as well. Yeah, but Inter absolutely disgusting performance, disgusting. And let's be honest with it, they're a bunch of bottle jobs. And I know that's easy for me to speak because I'm an Arsenal fan, right? But at the end of the day, they had a chance to win the Serie A. They let Conte walk in his first season with a B-Tech team, right? With McTominay in there and all this, win over him. They got knocked out in the Coppa Italia. They got knocked out by their rivals in the final after being 2-0 up, by the way, right? They lost everything, and then they go and perform like that in the Champions League final. And now Inzaghi's going to probably Saudi. Like, honestly, they have completely blown away the season, man. And at the end of the day, it's big credit to PSG. Yeah, a lot of people were saying after Luis Enrique left Barcelona, right? Oh, oh, he only won the Champions League, right? Because of Messi and because of the team he had, right? I'm glad that he's gone and won it because he's a top elite level manager, right? Yeah, and a lot of people said, he's done after the Spain job. We were linked with him in 2019 after we sacked Emery, right? Instead we got Arteta. Yeah, and when people mentioned Enrique's name, when we was in the gut of Arteta, right? We don't want him. He's finished, Enrique. Oh, he's finished. Yeah, look what he's done with that PSG team.
Yeah, but
right?
Josh, there's nobody better. There's nobody better.
Mate, there's nobody better than Super Arteta, mate. He's the best looking Spaniard we know. There's a banner in the stadium that says it as well. It's madness, man. Like, he's with that PSG team, Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, right? Ramos, all of them are gone. He signed 11 new players, 12 new players in his first window, right? And look what he's done with them. He's trusted in his team, trusted in the youth players as well, right? They're playing as a collective as well. There's no like big egos anymore. There's no like, oh, I'm better than you and I'm going to carry you and all that. There's none of that anymore, right? They're actually playing as a team, and that's shown this season. Ripped us apart, right? And people, so many Arsenal fans are saying, oh, but we beat them on XG. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that on Twitter, right? Man. But AFTV posted it. They said, oh, XG. We had in 3 games, we had better XG than them. Do you think PSG give a fuck that they got dominated on XG?
Bro,
they just won the treble.
Bro, I'm telling you, some of the things that they post, bro, I'm like, what the hell am I actually like seeing from their page?
Bro, disgrace,
you know
disgrace.
Like, listen, they are a good channel and stuff like that, but like, bro, the things that I've been seeing, nah, man, like that's just insane, bro. Like the way that they were celebrating for Inter to win it, you know, there's so many things I would say, but I'm not gonna say it on camera. I'll say it off camera. Because
fair enough, mate. Yeah,
man. No, because there's a lot of things that I definitely want to get off my chest, bro. Because there's some actually Juventus fans that are cheering for Inter to win. You are absolute fucking frauds. You understand me? You fake Juventus fans. How dare you? You heard what Del Piero said. I hope. I'm telling you, I hope that sinks into your head what Del Piero said. That's a Juventus icon, by the way.
What did Del Piero say?
No, that, you know, you can't. If you're a Juventus fan, Milan fan, you can't support your rivals. Like, get the hell out. Like, no way.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You know, it's impossible. Like, if you're supporting that, then you cannot call yourself a Juventus fan if you're going to be supporting your rivals. That's it. You know, you can't be doing that. Then just call yourself a neutral. You know what I mean? But if you claim yourself that you're a Juventus fan, and then you're supporting Inter,
at that point.
like, I get it. You wanted to, you know, win it for Serie A. Understandable, because Serie A, you know, needs to get more recognition, especially from the likes of the Premier League, right?
But Serie A won't get recognition from that.
Yeah, exactly.
From that.
Exactly.
When was the last time a Serie A team, Italian team, won the Champions League? Was it Mourinho?
Yeah. Inter.
Yeah.
Is that long ago?
Yeah.
15 years.
Man. I mean, what was it? I mean, Gio, you guys got to like three finals? Was it 3 finals?
That was against my fucking club,
bro.
Wait, was it against Bayern Munich in the final against Inter?
Yeah.
In Madrid.
you know, I'm not. You know, when I saw that, you know, it was kind of giving me worries, especially because they beat, you know, Bayern. I was like getting worried, especially I was like, oh shoot, this is like history repeating all again. But PSG, you know, listen, Marseille fans, cry about it because listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, we needed this to happen. And the funny thing was, like, the Marseille fans that were watching the game, they were saying Inter, vaffanculo, Josh. They were saying that shit. I was like, yeah. Listen,
Who is bigger now? Who is bigger between Marseille and PSG? Because for the longest time,
PSG.
the argument was Marseille is bigger because of Champions League, but
PSG.
both of them.
Yeah,
PSG
but Alf, Marseille, their Champions League was like match fixed.
Max fixed.
Also,
but if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
French club has a trouble now. The funny thing is that a French club has a treble before Real Madrid.
Crazy.
Wow.
And I hate Real Madrid for what they did to us.
Liverpool. It's not Celtic, the first club to win a treble.
Is it?
Celtic, yeah, they did it.
Yeah,
You know what the crazy thing is?
I think they
In the 60s.
Inter let 4 teams win the treble for the first time in their history.
Yeah,
I saw
that's
somewhere
crazy.
I saw somewhere like
They made Ajax, Celtic, Man City. And PSG. You know, Michael. Listen, big up, bro.
Don't talk about Ajax too much.
Like Man City 2023, Inter lose to Man City, Oil Club. 2025, lose to PSG, Oil Club.
No, 10. No, 10.
All the oil clubs.
I know what you're trying to say, bro. I know you're trying to say 10, bro, about
Newcastle
Newcastle, bro.
United
You're not slick.
2027 beat Inter.
You know, I saw that meme. I was
Actually,
like, yo,
You're so sly.
isn't Juventus being looked at right now by Saudis?
what do you mean? Oh, like in investment.
What, the bot?
Yeah, an investment.
Yep.
2027 is Juventus.
Yo,
Black and
Alf, I
white.
swear, if you are right, man, I'm telling you, bro. Oh man,
Damn.
I'm telling you, bro. Man City, bro. I'm telling you, bro. If you are right, bro, because that'd be insane, bro. Please.
But
Juventus,
anyway,
bro. Just
I
win
don't
one.
want to take two. We're nearly an hour in, and we've only done one topic. I know, it was, I'm not going to be.
But it's the best topic.
No, it's the
That's-
final.
You know what I'm saying?
the big
It
one.
made it better with Hakimi.
Oh no, 100, bro. I'm with you, 1000%. Number one, big up AK. How are you, bro?
Yeah, just had a long day at work, lads. So yeah, I'm back. Hey, anyways, what did I miss?
No, but really, bro.
Inter talk.
Gio being shameless. That's about it.
The usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hold that Inter and hold that fraud mo. That's all I can say. I enjoyed your tears last night.
Oh man,
This
I loved
guy.
every second of it.
This guy. Next thing I want to talk about. We will talk about Inzaghi, obviously, to Saudi. Obviously, we need to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. And some as well, and so on. But I want to talk about something to do with Bayern, but obviously we got rejected, so did Man City and so on.
Bayern getting rejected like Dragusin.
He's ready to get kicked, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, Florian Wirtz, the deal has been rejected, or the offer was rejected. He also wants the number 10 shirt, which McAllister owns. In that aspect. So, my question would be: number one, do you see McAllister giving up his shirt? And number two, do you see Liverpool actually spending the £120 million sterling, which is 150 million euros? I will start with Josh. What do you think, bro?
Firstly, I think they will get Wirtz. I think this is the best chance to get him this season. I feel the player only wants Liverpool as well. I mean, that's been clear. You guys are doing for him, as you said. I think other clubs are doing for him. And, he said, he wants Liverpool. And can you really blame him? I mean, the guy, they came off winning the Premier League. Liverpool as well, arguably one of the biggest clubs in England. So the attraction's there for sure.
Arguably.
Well, listen. If you base it off history, you got Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, top three clubs based on history.
Yeah, but you say arguably, like it's an argument. It's not something to argue about. Say arguably one of the biggest in England. Like that was just
okay, but you get my point. They're up there as one of the biggest clubs in England, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously he's going to be attracted to that, and obviously they just won the Premier League. So you got players saying like Salah saying Van Dijk.
Yeah, second ever Premier League, by the way. Second. Bayern Munich 34 titles.
Big up Bayern Munich. Big up Bayern Munich. But listen, mate. At the end of the day, mate. Right? Liverpool, big in England, in Premier League as well, bro. No disrespect to you lot in the Bundesliga, but I get why he wants Liverpool over Bayern Munich. But anyway. Yeah, so I think they'll get him. I think this is the best chance, obviously, get him. I think you wait next season and he sees that, they don't go in for him this season, then you never know. He could change. And I think, is McAllister going to give up the number 10 shirt? I don't think so. I think McAllister, he's done his thing at Liverpool this season. Why? I mean, I know it's just I know shirt numbers, but I look at shirt numbers as a big deal because you have players that represent your club as number of a shirt, like Omri at Arsenal, number 14. We gave it to Nketiah, for example. That was embarrassing. So I think, listen, McAllister's been there. He's been a very good signing. why would just Wirtz coming in? Okay, what people could say, you know, Wirtz could be is a better player than McAllister, but Wirtz he's not proven it in the Prem. He's not proved it in the Prem yet. So I think, you know, number 10 shirt, it stays with McAllister for now. But overall, I think they will get him. And I think it'd be a very, very good signing. And they're acting ambitious because they couldn't spend anything in the summer when they won the league. All they signed was Chiesa, who's injury prone. And they won the league from it. But now they're going to sign Kirkis. They're going to sign who's that other one? Frimpong, Wirtz, and we're only 3 days into the window. And I think they're not finished there as well. They're keeping Salah, right? They're keeping Van Dijk. They're going to have a very, very good team next season, you know. And if they just won the league with that, I know teams below them didn't perform this season, but I think majority of the games Liverpool deserved that league title. I think they can go really far next season. I think Wirtz will elevate their team. And yeah, I do think eventually, whatever it would take, they will get them in because that's like an ambitious club. So, yeah, man.
There we go. Didn't like the slide dig to the Bundesliga, but all right. 10, go ahead, bro. I know you got to go in a minute, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the Florian Wirtz deal, do I think it will happen with Liverpool? I mean, it should. I mean, if Liverpool, like, the players literally, like, trying to buy a house, twerking and all that, but if you don't sign him or whatever, then you know, what's the point? But I do think they'll get him. In terms of the shirt number, look, I know giving up my name is a big deal, but I feel like McAllister, you know, has at least earned the number 10 shirt, I would say. Like, sometimes players do need to earn the shirt numbers at whatever club they're at. Like, everyone should, I feel like. But yeah, I feel like overall, do I think Wirtz will go to Liverpool? I think so. I mean, I have to go really soon, but yeah, I mean, big up to everyone in the panel. Enjoy the show for the Champions League. Seeing me kind of getting cooked somewhat, but not really cooked. I'm not.
10. Tell them your Europa League final prediction exactly. Your exact, not just the result, but the exact prediction. Please share.
Andre Onana saving Son Heung-min's penalty and Christian Eriksen scoring the winning penalty for Man United. But
where was this? Where was it?
Next season.
Did Eriksen even play the final?
No.
But yeah, pick up everyone. And one last thing, Newcastle United 2026 Champions League winners. Let's go.
So it's going from 26 to
just like
27.
Inter. Just like Inter. Don't worry, Dan. Just like Inter.
There we go.
Yeah, it went from 27 to 26.
Michael, do you want to
Yeah, I still have a feeling there could be something wrong about this deal. It feels too good to be true that Wirtz is going to Liverpool. I don't know what you guys thinking about it, but Liverpool's linked to every player. And I think they will buy some players. I'm not sure about it. Also, I find it weird that he demands the number 10 kit. Come on, man. I think the McAllister should not give it to him. His nickname is Mac10, so no, he must keep the 10 shirt. But yeah, I still have a feeling the deal could collapse. But yeah, we have to see.
Oh, bro, I am all for it, bro. And every Liverpool fan, other than Jordan, because Jordan's sound, but every Liverpool fan that's been cooking me, bro, is getting slapped.
Really?
Right and centre. Yeah, man, I've had loads of them buying this, buying that. We're bigger this, we're big. Yeah, come on now, get out of here. They need to be spat out, bro. Fucking pricks. Charlie, go ahead, bro. What do you think about this deal?
I mean, Florian Wirtz would be an unbelievable signing for any club, whether that was Bayern or City or Madrid, you know, or Liverpool. Like, it looks like it. This is an unbelievable player. Like, genuinely, with the modern market, you're going to have to pay. They're talking like 120, 150. You're going to have to pay these sorts of prices to get players of that quality specifically now. In terms of the whole 10 thing, like, I don't think he's McAllister, I don't think he's giving up the 10. I don't think that's like Wirtz. I mean, he's not going to walk. Look, I know he's an amazing player and he's got, you know, big price tag, but he's not going to walk into a club like Liverpool with pedigree and just take the 10 shirt off another player. I just don't see that happening. I think they can both play in the same team. I mean, Wirtz can play like virtually anywhere in the front line midfield. So on a whole, an unbelievable signing. Do I think it will happen? I think that eventually it will. I think it will take probably a bit longer than what people are thinking, because it just seems to happen with Liverpool. The FSG, sometimes they take a bit of time to get these deals done, unless it's like a release clause one like Frimpong. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it will get done. I think this will be albeit look, for a lot of money, I think it will be an unbelievable signing. And look, with them already winning the league this season, next season I think they'll have a lot more competition with City and other teams coming back into it. But they'll be up there 100%. I'm not saying they're definitely going to win it or not win it, but with signings like Wirtz and Kerkez, who they're bringing in as well, they'll be up there 100%. And this is what you got to do when you win something. You have to build on it. You have to say, right, we're going to turn this into a sustainable project that wins trophies regularly, and it's not just a flash in the pan sort of moment. And based on the signings they're making or looking to make, it looks like they're going to do that. So yeah, I think they're making the right moves, and Wirtz would be the marquee signing, and that it sums up the model that they seem to be going for, which I think is the correct one. So unbelievable signing. He won't get the 10 shirt, but yeah. Honestly, him in the Prem, I'll be very interested to see how that plays out. Because I think, look, he's a young player, but he's one of those that, from what I've seen of him, he can definitely come in and hit the ground running like straight away. So
there we go. Alf, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think it's very weird. Leverkusen is overplaying their cards here, I think, because Liverpool is in the stronger position. The player that wants Liverpool is sold on Liverpool, is already working for them, is looking at houses in the area, and Leverkusen is out here saying 150. He wants 150. While Wirtz's contract is running out in 27, the player is not re-signing a contract. If Liverpool wants to be the big boy, which they should be, that a much bigger club, they should say 100 million or 120 million or whatever, final offer. And if you don't do it this season, you'll get him next season for cheaper. And if you don't do that, we'll get him for free because he wants to come to us. And it's very weird. They're overplaying their cards. It makes me think of what PSG did with Mbappé. They don't want to sell Mbappé. They don't want to sell Mbappé. And suddenly, he's gone on a free. Players, once that contract comes below 2 years, players have to power over the club, not the other way around. And they got an offer of 120 million. That's a lot of money, especially for a club like Bayern Leverkusen. No offense, I know they won an invincible title, but they're still not a big club. Let's be honest. And they're just trying to bully Liverpool in the transfer market, which is very strange to me. This is a team that just won the league title. With or without Wirtz, I believe they're probably favorites to go win it again. Because they're getting Kerkez, they're getting Frimpong, they're going to get some other players. If they sign a good striker, especially, they already have good players there. So it's very strange to me that Bayer Leverkusen is, one, overplaying their cards like that, and two, Liverpool is going along with it. But we all know how weak of a board FSG is, so maybe that just comes down to FSG not being able to command respect. But still, it's very weird to me. I feel like Man City pulling out and Bayern München pulling out is the stronger decision, because why pay 150 million at that point? Like,
Gio, what do you think, man?
Yeah, listen, I mean, with Florian Wirtz, I like how a lot of Liverpool fans are, we're talking a lot of stuff, but there still is no here we go, and that's what's the concerning part. Because if Wirtz is, okay, let's do it, Liverpool, let's go. I don't know. For me, it doesn't really fit. For me, it made sense for him to go to Bayern. But it looks like the Bayern is not going to get him. So, But honestly, for McAllister, I feel like that towards him that would be disrespectful to give Florian Wirtz the number 10 after him becoming the number 10. He was the guy that was supposed to be the main man, one of the main guys on the pitch. Now you're gonna have to give up that number. I say that if I was McAllister, I would be like, no way. Because what if Florian Wirtz gets the number 10 and all of a sudden he starts, end up as a flop for Liverpool? Then what's going to happen? I mean, and I think McAllister is not going to like that. And if there is going to be like a rumbling, I think he might just bounce. He might just leave or want to go. And that's going to be the question mark, I think, for Liverpool. And I've been saying, McAllister is a top player, and he's going to want to be a starter. That's why, for me, with Liverpool, it doesn't really make any sense that they're going after him. But because in my opinion, they need a striker, man. They cannot have Darwin Núñez, as their freaking guy, the one that missed that nice penalty against PSG. You know what I'm saying? So they can't be having that guy as a starter. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna probably end up losing Luis Diaz as well. So that's another problem. So. Listen, I mean, if he goes, okay, hope it works out. But I just think that he might end up at a different club. I think that this Liverpool thing is not concrete. I mean, because we've seen it already. This Wirtz thing is becoming like a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? With Man City. I'm telling you, he's flirting with all the top clubs, so then they can just, get the salary up, stuff like that. I'm telling you, it's just a whole big soap opera. And if Liverpool's going to spend only 150 million, was it? Or what? Am I wrong? Or what was it? It was 150, right?
Yeah, 150.
Like in my opinion, just for one player, you could buy a whole team with that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much in my opinion. And I'm like, if I was Liverpool,
Speaking of buying a whole team with that money, Club Brugge and Ajax, their teams combined are not even 150. And these are the two teams which finished second in their league.
Yeah.
Club Brugge went to the round of 16 in Champions League. Drew, your team, by the way. That was a boring game, by the way, on a side note. So these are the teams, not even 150 million. You can assemble a very good team with that money. But here's the thing, to add on to what you were saying. Do you think Wirtz is going anywhere else than Liverpool, though? Because he's made it very clear that he wants Liverpool.
I don't know. I mean? It depends. I think if something goes wrong with that Liverpool, I'm saying if Liverpool doesn't win.
I want to jump on that. I don't want to spend too much on this topic just because I want, before Charlie goes, I don't know how much time Josh has, I want to speak about Sane because both those clubs are heavily linked with him. But before that, I want to quickly just mention that I actually think Bayern Munich are waiting for this deal. I was speaking to a lot of the viewers, my people earlier, and in one of the streams, it was very interesting. A lot of people were saying the same thing as me in the chat. Now, this isn't coming off of a source or anything like that. We were just talking as you guys will know. You talk to your chat, so on and so forth. And it's actually interesting, and Lewis might understand this when I say this, but Bayern Munich haven't signed anyone yet. People say Jonathan Tah deal was going to happen anyway. But Bayern Munich haven't actually signed anyone yet. And we are acting like a small club. And the fact that he hasn't signed for Liverpool yet makes me think we are waiting for that deal to be done. So we don't go and get a Rafael Leao. We don't go and get a Matoma, this player, that player, whatever. Because as soon as that money's gone, if Florian Wirtz still messes up, then we don't go and sign him because we don't have that money left. So I actually think Bayern Munich are waiting. Now, this is dumb, 1,000%. But if this deal does fail, I think he ends up at Bayern Munich. I really do. Because, we are said to want to bid 150. Will they do that? I don't think so. We just got Jonathan Tah on a free. Look at all the other players in the past we got on a free, Robert Lewandowski and so on. But yeah, that's what I'll say on that. Speaking of Leroy Sane, though, I'll start with Charlie because I know you've got to go in a minute. What do you think, mate? Because you're being heavily freaking linked with him.
Yeah, no, Sane's an interesting one. I mean, there's two sides to it, really. Like, kind of how does the player fit into our team, but also would we sign him? Like, is it realistic? And I've kind of been saying this, like, in terms of, like, do I think it will happen? a lot of me is saying no, just simply because look, the way this ownership are with the wage structure, although there has been apparently a lot of changes are happening in the board, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. But in terms of currently, the structure they have with the wages he's on, I mean, he must be on what, 200, 300 grand a week or something. With their wage structure, they're not paying a player that much money, especially a 29-year-old. They have this policy where they have to buy we just bought kids last summer, basically. Again, because it's all sell on value. That's the way they operate. But yeah, with Sane, for me, I can't see it happening just because of, I know we're being heavily linked and stuff, but the wage structure, they're not going to, for a 29-year-old, they're not going to give him a 5-year contract worth like, I don't know, 200 grand a week, because it's just not the way they operate. And that is what, I know we won a trophy this year and stuff, but that's what prevented us from winning something for so long, is that policy of not going for these sorts of players, these experienced players that can come in, make an instant impact and make you better. And I think, look, I'm not saying Sane's amazing. I know you Bayern fans have a lot of issues with him this season, but what he would do if we were to bring him in, if this was to happen, even though I don't think it will, is that he would offer, look, I'm not saying he's the best, but he'd offer experience. He's a player that's been there, that's done it, that's got a proven record of getting goals in big moments, that sort of thing. So if he came in, I think it definitely improves us. Does it improve us enough with his age and kind of the issues he's had in front of goal this season? I'm not so sure.
That's above 17s.
Yeah, but I'm saying based on the players we usually sign, I would take a Sane over another kid like a Dibbling who we've been linked with. I would take a Sane over those sorts of players. So if we got him, would it be a good signing? Yes and no. I think I have issues, but I also see the pros in it as well. But do I think it will happen with this structure policy? No chance. So we'll see. Look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a bit of a change, but yeah, can't see it happening. But if it did, look, based on what we usually sign, which isn't amazing. Look, it would finally be an experienced player coming in that actually, whether he's amazing or not, can make some sort of impact right now. And this going into this summer, just won the Europa League, Champions League football. We need players that are going to come in and make an impact right now. And unless we do that, we're going to struggle. Whoever the manager is, whoever the manager is, we don't know yet. If we don't sign these kinds of players of that caliber, we're going to struggle next season. So based on that, I would probably take him. But then, I don't know. It's a tough one for me. There's loads of sides that I can see this from. So, but definitely an interesting one. If it was to happen, I would be quite interested to see. But yeah, I can't see it personally. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, there has been a lot of noise about it, which is kind of interesting if they're kind of talking to the player or whatever. So. Look, Liam, I would say I guess we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. And if it happens, I'm sure then I'll be able to kind of speak more about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see, but definitely interesting.
You want to say something, okay?
Oh yeah, yep. Charlie, before you go, I wanted to actually add on your point that obviously Leroy Sane played for one of the best clubs in England before he moved to Bayern, and
yeah, you scammed.
He is proven. He is prem proven. He is prem proven. Trust me, Charlie.
Not the same though. He's definitely past that now, I would say.
I mean, look, to be real, Sane played with the likes of De Bruyne. I mean, I don't even need to name the names that he played with, but look, if he has a proper, if he has a proper midfield structure, if he has players who can link up with him well, then I'm pretty sure that he's gonna replicate what he did with us.
I mean, look, listen, if we got him, that's all I hope. If we were to get the City Sane, look, I'm all for it. So, but that's obviously. We haven't seen that. Obviously, Liam will say they haven't seen that player for a long time. So I don't know.
Never, bro. We've never.
Yeah,
seen
never.
He's never been that guy. Is there anything else you want to say before you go, Charlie?
No, I think on Sane, I think that's it. But yeah, just before I head off, look again. Thank you for having me on, Liam. Great show. Big up to the panel, all of you guys. Big up to the chat. So yeah. I'll be back on the show.
Big up, Charlie.
Yeah, big up.
Big up, Charlie.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back soon. So yeah, big up everyone. Big up to Fake. Big up to Liam for having me on. So yeah, I'll see you guys. See you guys soon.
Big up, bro.
Big up, bro.
Take care.
Going off of that, Josh, I want to get your opinion on Mr. Leroy Sane. You go for Sesko, who's already one dribbler, and then you're going for the next.
They need one more. They need Vlahovic.
I'll turn it in, Gio. Turn it in, you. I mean, bro, I'm not surprised. You know what, right? I got so giddy about our new director coming in. Yeah, Berta, right? And you know, he was at Atletico Madrid, spent a decade with Simeone, right? Signed some banning players. They were successful in some seasons, right? So I was getting giddy. But at the start of the window, we signed Tesco, 21 years of age, Leipzig, 13 goals in the Bundesliga. Right, I've seen Werner get 25 goals plus, wasn't it? Or 23 goals for Leipzig. I've seen Nkunku get 20 goals for Leipzig. Yeah, and we're relying on this Benjamin Sesko guy, 21, to come in and take us over the line. We still not replace Aubameyang in 3 years, and now there's all the strikers out there, and you pick the B-Tech option, the B-Tech Haaland. Arteta is trying to be like Man City and Pep Guardiola. Yeah, Pep Guardiola signed Haaland. Oh, I want another 6 foot Sesko, who's a German as well. He came from the German league. I'm sure that'll work out. Like he's trying so hard to beat Pep. It's crazy. At the end of the day, with this Sane deal, right? I look at it, I just think it's gonna be another Sterling. You know, like AK, you had and Alf, you had Sterling at Man City, right?
Yeah, we had.
You had him at Man City, and to be honest, this is me coming from. I didn't watch a weekend without Sterling, but when I was watching him, I was like, you know what, Liverpool as well. We signed Liverpool, I think, decent player, right? And then everyone was sitting there saying when we signed Sterling, oh, don't worry about it. Chelsea are a dead club. Wait until Arteta converts him and gets to Man City. He worked with him in the past. He can convert him and make into players at Man City.
Yeah, but the problem is with Sterling. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no,
here.
of course, go on.
Sterling had 2 good seasons in his entire career, and that was 3 years before you signed him, the last one. So
Liverpool, yeah.
That was Alf. To correct you on that, that was. It's been 3 seasons that we have signed him from Liverpool.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, that's what everyone's saying is like, you know, Sterling gonna come in, don't worry, we can convert him and all that. It's gonna be the exact same story with Sane, you know. And Liam, you don't know anyone, you know better than anyone else. You watch the guy week in, week out, right? But when I'm watching him just overall as just a neutral, I've seen him a few times when he played against Arsenal. Listen, to be fair, he cooked us in that, especially in that first leg against, I think it was Kivior or something, where he ran like past 2 of our players and won a penalty or something. He looks good in that sense, but at the end of the day, we need. And correct if I'm wrong, AK and Alf. He played on the left for you guys, right? More a left winner.
Yeah, he played on the left.
Because you had Mahrez. You had Mahrez on the right all the time.
Yeah, we had Mahrez on the right and Sterling on the left.
What? No, Sane I won about. What about Sane?
But
What did he-
Sane
was
Was Sane
when
right?
Sane was on the pitch, Sterling would play on the right, but with Mahrez, he would play on the left.
Where would Sane play for you guys? Right.
Left.
Oh, so
Sane
yeah,
plays
yeah,
left, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the only if this guy is going to be a free transfer, right? I don't know how much. What's the wages looking like, Liam, for this Sane guy?
Right now he's on 15 mil with 5 million in add-ons, but we were offering him 8 million with I think 4 million in add-ons. I think. So yeah, you're probably what Premier League's going to offer more. I'm saying probably 10-11 million up front.
See, this is a thing, man. Like, I look at it right now. With the situation we're in right now as a club, yeah, we have to win Premier League next season. There's no excuses anymore for this Arsenal Football Club. We've got to win the Premier League, right? I don't want to hear any of it. It should have been like that last season. And I've said my opinion on this manager. He needs to go, right? He failed again. But he's going to be staying anyway. He's been given a new director to help him in the transfers. He's been given more money to spend, right? We've got apparently 200 million to spend even before the PSR and FFP rules, right? We can spend 200 million just like that even before we've got to sell players, right? And we're looking at players like Sesko. We're looking at players like Sane. Like this just screams Arsenal in the transfer window. No ambition to go and get the bigger players. I've witnessed this year in, year out, yeah? We signed Danny Welbeck when we could have got Gonzalo Higuain when he's firing goals, right? We signed flipping Giroud when we could have got Benzema firing goals for fun, right? We've been through this every single transfer window. When there's a better player out there, we go for the Poundland option, we go for the B-Tech option, and we sign the guy that nobody wants, and believe it or not, it doesn't work. We don't get over the line. You know, we're in a situation where we need to win trophy next season, right? And I'm expecting major trophies now. Yeah, this manager's been for 5 years, and you signing Sesko, right? Unproven, 21 years of age, 13 goals in Bundesliga. He better be the guy to come over and take us on our line. But I tell you something now, Liam watched the Bundesliga week out. He can tell you he's shit. He's shitty, Liam. He's absolutely crap.
He's terrible.
There's other strikers out there. There's plenty. Wirtz is out there cheaper for the money that you're gonna pay for Sesko, right? If you're thinking about paying the money, we've got 200 million to spend. Go big for Alvarez at Atletico Madrid. Been in the Prem.
Alvarez won't come to any Premier League teams. He left the Premier League because he wanted to widen Reddit because his family and stuff.
Okay.
You never know.
I don't know.
No, we do know that was Alvarez's reason for leaving the Premier League.
Do you not think Pep just sold him to get money?
Well, that's part of it. But Alvarez and his family.
How much you get Alvarez for? How much you sell Alvarez for again?
95
million. Yeah,
95 million.
But 95 million euros is 80 million pounds.
Oh, 80 million.
80 million pounds, 95 million euros.
Okay, if that's, I don't know how. I mean, you're gonna bet than I, but you know, if he's out there, I'd go and get him. But he's probably saying Atleti for another season.
By the way, though, Josh, you're talking about Gyökeres, like.
Well, you talk about Gyökeres right now this season. He's gonna be cheaper than Sesko, and what we're just gonna miss out on this guy. No, but this is what people say. Oh, it's only the Portuguese league and all this. It's only the Portuguese league. Number one, this guy did it for Coventry in the Championship, right? And we've seen players come from the Championship and do well in the Premier League, right? And number two, he's done on the big stage. He literally dunked on you boys. And I'm not trying to take the piss here because, you know, you guys have won more trophies than us in the past couple of years, Man City, right? But he dunked on you like a hat-trick this season, right?
Yeah, he did.
He is out there putting up the numbers, 102 goals in 2 seasons or wherever it may be, right? People talk about Nunes flopped in the Premier League. Yeah, but Nunes wasn't getting these numbers that Gyökeres is getting week in, week out. You know, he's taking the mick with it. He's quite clearly too good for that league. And it's more of a risk to sign Sesko for me than it is to sign someone like Victor Gyökeres. Because Sesko, people say, oh, he's younger, he's got potential. As a football club, we're past that now. Yeah, we need players who are going to come in and take us over the line. Well, are we waiting for players to be good? Yeah, this is not 2-3 years ago. Arsenal in a rebuild phase and Project Youth and all this, signing all these younger players.
Here's the thing, though. You are in a rebuild. You've won nothing. You're in a rebuild again. That's how bad this management is.
That's how embarrassing it is, Alf, bro. That's how embarrassing it is. Look how much money we spent, right? And we need about 5-6 positions now. We're going to be selling players, right? There's so many holes in the team still. We're still not replacing Batman as a striker. Okay, that may be Sesko. He may shut us all up and I really hope so, but I'm not convinced by Sesko. Yeah, we need a backup for Saka, right? We waited 4 years for a backup for Saka, so we're not even sign a backup for him or give him a bit of competition, right? We need a left winner now because Marley's been so poor. We need and Trossard's been off it. We need another left winner now. We need a top class left winner, right? We need a midfielder because Odegaard's been useless last season. We need someone to back him up. We need all right, fair enough. We got Zumeni coming in, but again, that area needed improving as well. Defenders now. He signed about 8 left backs. We need to find another left back. He signed about 10 goalkeepers. We need another goalkeeper now. It's embarrassing. Why this guy got Valovic on his green screen for, man? Get him off. I'm not getting that guy. Get him off. Like, bro, get him off.
Listen.
Bro.
Give us 65 million. He's yours.
I'll be real. Vlahovic is not the worst striker out there. Like
he's better than Sesko.
He's better than Sesko.
Bro, it don't take much, bro.
Yeah.
I've got a loaf of bread up there because score more goals than Sesko, bro. Come on now. Let's not take the piss. But does anybody else want to have a say on Leroy Sane before we go?
Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, I'm surprised your club hasn't immediately ran to get Gyökeres, considering that nobody else has ran to get him. I'm quite shocked that he's being linked with Sane. Listen, it would be happy for me because I want to get rid of this fraud. But anybody else that's getting him, I wish you guys luck, prayers, and everything in between.
Is there anything he's actually good at then? Have you got any positive for Sane? please?
Well, he was good at punching a camera last season. It wasn't this season. I don't
Yeah, and he nearly missed that as well. If you
Yeah,
actually
and he
watch
nearly
it,
missed that
it.
as well. Anything else is pretty much a waste. He was fantastic at City, and then it just—I'm not sure if it was the injury. I at this rate, I honestly don't care what it was because he's just giving me stress this entire season. And I wish whoever gets him luck.
There we go.
There we go.
To answer your question, Josh, no, he's shit.
Oh.
Let's move. Next person I want to talk about. It'll be a quick one. Anton Griezmann's just signed a brand new deal. At Atletico Madrid. Could have gone to Saudi. Could have gone to the MLS. Who wants to start? Anyone can.
Yeah, I think it's good that he's staying at Atleti for at least a couple more seasons. It's too soon for him to go to MLS or Saudi League, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing bits. But yeah, the question is, can he win a trophy with Atleti? Because last few years, they didn't win a trophy. So curious to see what's going to happen with Atleti, because last season they bought a lot of players, also Alvarez. So yeah, they must win a trophy soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually disagree with that. I think for Griezmann, it's good, but for Atletico, I don't think it's good to keep Griezmann. Because if you're trying to make Alvarez your main guy, from Atleti's perspective, Griezmann has to go in it.
You think so?
Yeah, from Atleti's perspective, I'd have Griezmann go.
They're not playing on the same position anymore. He's playing more in the midfield.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because you're going to have Sorloth there, you're going to have Alvarez there, and you put him in midfield, but instinct is instinct. This guy has played as an attacker all his life. He's got the instinct to go into the box and run into there. So if he keeps running into these same positions, like Alvarez wants to pick up, then he's just going to hinder Alvarez. He's also not the greatest midfielder, let's be honest. Like, with all his talents, he's not a midfielder. I feel like you can get a better midfielder than Griezmann. And not to say that Griezmann isn't good enough anymore. But if you keep Griezmann, you just hinder the rest of the team that you're trying to rebuild. And if they're wanting to win trophies, they got to switch style. Because their old style, it clearly doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
No,
we have to see.
Gio, do you want to have a say on Griezmann, mate?
Sure. I think it's a good thing and a bad thing because, of course, Griezmann is getting older. But I think keeping him at the club would be good for experience because they have a lot of young players. So I think keeping Griezmann, for the locker room and for not just that, but even for the team in general, he could become that impact player from the bench. If you think about it, he could be that extra depth. He doesn't have to be a starter, and he should know that because he's getting older and older now. So I think that for him, just being there in the locker room as well, being that leader, I think that's very important, and that's probably why Simeone is probably happy with the renewal.
No, I get you. Right, let's move on to Mr. Su himself. So new reports coming up today, basically just saying that obviously Al Hilal have rejected him completely. They don't want him, which is crazy. You think having Mitrovic up top, a shit player that never made it in the Premier League, you would want to have one of the greatest players of all time. But hey, it's craziness, whatever. And then it looks like now Al Nassr are trying to, I don't know if they're going to give him more money or what it is, but to keep him. The main question I'm putting to the panel, not necessarily is he going to stay in Saudi, but do you see him going anywhere other than Saudi? I don't see him coming to Europe, in my personal opinion. I don't see him. What do you think?
I think he needs to go somewhere where he can win a trophy, and it doesn't matter how shit the league is. Like, go to Japan or something. Go do something exotic, because this man just needs a trophy, bro. He needs to end his career on a high, because When's the last time you won a trophy? 2021. It's the last time you won a trophy. That's 4 years ago, man. Can't enter the grade like that to being a grade. Like, go to Japan or something. Go win a trophy. Go play with Ange's old team. Maybe you can link up with Ange Postecoglou back in Australia.
You should go to Sporting.
Yeah, no, I'm with
thanks.
you.
If
Go back
if
Portugal.
Gyökeres leave, because if Gyökeres leaves, they're gonna need somebody. So Ronaldo should be the guy to replace it.
Yeah, they need a
That's actually a
replacement.
good shout.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Ronaldo
Obviously,
to MLS, that would be crazy. Imagine Inter Miami gets Ronaldo
Yeah,
to play
that
with
would
Messi.
Ronaldo, Messi, wow.
That bro, that would break the internet. I'm telling you right. The whole media, it will break everything.
Oh my
bro.
lord. Messi, Ronaldo, Busquets, all my days.
And they still lose the
They
league.
still lose.
MLS.
They would still lose the league. You know why? Because they got a crap defense, bro. I attended one of their games. I'm looking at that defense. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even know this guy, man. I'm telling you, it's bad. This guy Lewis being shameless.
Yo, Lewis, bro, as a Al Ittihad fan, bro, are you taking Ronaldo or not?
Excuse me? Can you say that all over again? Because I didn't hear half of the bullshit you just said.
Nah, as a Halal fan, I said the wrong team.
Oh, thank you.
I nearly got it. Are you taking Ronaldo or not?
Absolutely not. The only way I'll take him would be in Inter Miami. Or if not, he could just go to Sporting. It's whichever one of those two. He could also come to the Bundesliga if he wants, but I don't know what team would take him.
No. We already know what Herbal's like. Herbal's trying to twerk for Rafael
Listen.
Leao. They're not trying to sell him, so we're gonna have to pay 175 million release clause. That's not happening.
Bayern need to get Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? They need to get Ronaldo.
I'm good,
Gio,
bro.
you're about to get kicked off the panel.
I'm okay. Thank you.
This guy, man.
Gio.
Speaking of Saudi league, though, Inzaghi seems to be the new Al Hilal manager. I'm going to go to Lewis again, of course. So, yeah, man, what do you think of him going to Al Ittihad?
Bro, what was I telling you on Saturday? Once that final whistle blew, me and Zier already had the paperwork lined up for Inzaghi to sign it. All we needed was Zier's henchman to go to the locker room the moment the match was over and have him sign.
For Al
Listen, bro.
Ittihad, right? For Al Ittihad, right?
Absolutely not. You're a fraud. It's Al Hilal. Listen, the moment that third goal went in, I was in Zier's chat saying, yo, we need to get the paperwork ready. Come on, we need to sign these contracts for Inzaghi. He's leaving Inter. And by the time the fourth
Inzaghi
goal
is going
went
to be
in,
shit for you guys, so.
listen, that's fine. I
Another
need him going
5-0.
out of Europe. So,
I need him
Another
to.
5-0. Here we go.
listen, as long as he's out of Inter, my mission's complete. Zier might have other objectives at hand, but my objective's done.
Yeah, but Lewis, he should stay at Inter. You know why? So they could go trophyless again next season. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing.
Maybe can do
And
6
we
0
can beat
next
them
time.
again.
6
I'm sure we can beat them again. We can beat
Yeah,
them
you
again
know,
next
you-
season if we
that'd be
if we
perfect.
go head to head with them, because them lot literally parked the bus for 90 minutes at our ground, and they just came there to play for a draw. So we've got scores to settle with them.
I mean, there's no rivalry, AK. You know what I'm saying, with Man City and Inter. You know what I'm saying, because you guys
Well, no,
already
the
beat
only
them in the final.
rivalry to Man City is PSG,
It's
surely.
PSG.
Oil on oil,
What now?
man.
Yeah. Well, now it's PSG.
I'm not talking about
Oil
I mean,
on
rivalry.
oil.
they both won the UCL, so makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm not
both
talking
to
about
Inter as
rivalry.
well, bro.
I mean, I'm talking about if you remember, they played us at home. Yeah, they played us at the Etihad, and the way they played was absolutely questionable. Like they parked the entire squad in their own box just to try and negate all our attacks. And Inzaghi played the most haram ball I've seen in my entire life. Not gonna lie. He did the same thing at Istanbul, and he did a similar thing last season at the Etihad. But yeah,
Inzaghi to
that's what I
Arsenal.
mean.
Inzaghi to Arsenal.
Yeah, Inzaghi to
Yeah, bro,
Arsenal.
I'd actually take him. I'm not even taking
Yeah.
the mic.
He's
I'd actually
better.
take him.
You would take him?
Wait, actually,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
would-
even ask you. Would you take Ronaldo as well?
Who?
Oh, Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
Ronaldo. Yeah, we need a striker. I'll take him. Straight face. I'm taking him. I'm not even taking a mic.
He's better.
Mate,
better
Bro,
than
you know
he'd, be
what?
there
Listen.
he'd be there to walk the dog, bro.
Hey, listen. Dang.
I still need to play that win the dog plus you, Liam. I have it in the back,
Yeah,
bro. I'm
you
telling
do.
you, bro. I still need to get. I keep walking past it. I blank my eyes, man. I don't want to see that, bro. It's right in your face when you walk in the stadium, though. They've made it when you walk into the shop. They put it right at the front, so people.
You know what they've done that, though, don't you? For the kids.
The kids, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
did they?
Oh, so we got a dog, Michael, right? We named it Win. Yeah,
I
we
know,
named
I
it Win,
know.
even though we win nothing, mate, right? And then they made little plushie toys, and put it all out in the club shop, and then people actually go and buy it. It's 25 quid for a little toy.
No
Flipping win on the-
way.
Win on the toy.
No
And it's not, by the
way.
way, it's not even their mascot. They've still got Gunnosaurus.
Yeah, we got Gunnosaurus, mate. Yeah, we got Gunnosaurus. We actually. Oh, bro, our club's an
Oh
absolute
my
embarrassment.
God.
If we
It's
honest.
not
with you.
like that mascot since you're not winning trophies anymore.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. But Inzaghi, I still take like. I know he got embarrassed in the final big time, but this manager still is better than Arteta for me. You know, I look at him. I think even when we played them this season in the league phase, that was Inter's B team. Yeah, they had about 5 of their key players missing, and we was missing one player. I think it was Timber, or it might have been Declan Rice, and they still scored us in the game. Inzaghi still scored Arteta, but. Listen, he did good things last season with them, with Inter. I know he got embarrassed in the Champions League final, but I'm still taking him over Arteta right now, to be honest.
What about Kingsley Coman? Would you take him? Because he is leaving.
Oh,
I mean,
Like, he's leaving. It's said. But just no club has been said to go for him yet.
do you know what? I actually like Coman. Like, I rate him what he's done. Like, I know he's injured every single season, it seems like. I know that's a big thing for him, his injuries. But man he's won a lot of trophies. He's won at every single club he's been at. And other than the few seasons when you went trophyless, I'm not digging at you when you went trophyless with Tuchel. I'm just like, that's the only year.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's the only year that he's gone without winning. We're winning, and I think every single season he's won, hasn't he? Every single year. So yeah, he knows what it likes to win. But again, it's just a similar story with Sane. Like, is this what we need right now? Like these types of signings, you know? I'd actually prefer him over Sane personally, but I think it's just we when you talk about winners out there, go big for Rodrigo. You know, he fused up on the air. He don't know if he's leaving or going. Put the money down, get Rodrigo in. You got a top class left winner right there. Where's the ambition? Where's his ambition? Where's the Italian from Berta as well? You know, I'm expecting this guy to come in and have the power over Arteta now. That was a big thing when we had Edu. Yeah, Edu left because he had more. He knew Arteta had more power in him.
Italians need to win a award against Spain first, bro. They lose all their awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do, to be fair. But for me, he's worked with Simeone, like one of the most egotistical managers in world football. We know how big Simeone, and Simeone is an elite manager, but he's got a big ego. And if he can be successful with him for 13 years and win La Liga, you know, win Spanish Cups, European trophies as well, I'm expecting him to come to Arsenal and Arteta needs to drop his ego and say, I'm in charge now. But it's like we're getting Sesko, who Arteta wants, and he's wanted for a time. Berta wants Gyökeres, right? We're getting Zubimendi. Arteta wanted Zubimendi. Like, it seems like Arteta's making all the calls here. It's like,
That's not
have
good.
have the bit of ambition and go for Rodrigo. Get the left winner in.
That is not good.
Bounce off of that though. I know that this guy should be good for the club and so on and so forth. And you know, getting Gyökeres, being linked with him, being linked with Rodrigo is never a bad thing. Obviously, you're not being linked with fucking Sesko. You know, but do you not think the manager? And again, I know the manager is one of the problems. If you had an actual good manager with the backing that he's got, you would have won something by now, something big as well. But for instance, João Palhinha is at Bayern Munich at the moment, right? Vincent Kompany never wanted him, right? And he's had 6 starts out of the whole of the 34 games in the Bundesliga. Do you think though that maybe Sesko should come because that's what the manager wants, or do you think what do you think?
I think for me, if we get a new director, give him what the director wants. Just Arteta needs to drop because he's had enough windows of Edu now, right? He brought in Havertz, for example, 65 M's, put him on the most highest paid player at the club. That is Arteta's decision, man. In the summer, getting Sterling in, Arteta approved it. Arteta said to Sterling in 2 minutes, apparently, he was convinced of the signing. They had a phone call and he said, yeah, I'm convinced in 2 minutes. That's Arteta's decisions, man. He's had a lot of money spent. Now it's time to let Berta come in. Otherwise, what is the point of bringing in a new director then? If Arteta is calling all the transfers, right?
It's to blame the previous guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like in that basis, we should have kept this guy called Ato, right? He's interim director. Yeah, because Arteta it seems to have all the power at the moment. Like for me, I look at it in two ways. Part of me wants Berta to have the decisions, but at the same time, when you look at Arteta, you know, maybe just wake people up when we sign Sesko, because it's going to be that guy. It looks like, and Arteta fails again next season. And obviously, like I hope Sesko can bring it on, but I don't think he will. And if he fails again, people might actually wake up and say, now it's time. But they should be waking up earlier, man. And we should give it to Berta now. This guy we brought in. Look at the signings he brought in at Atletico Madrid, right? He brought in Alvarez, he brought in Suarez, they won the league that season. He brought in David Villa, they won the league that season, right? You know, nobody knew about All Black, Berta brought him in. So he's done a lot. He's got a CV. He knows what he's doing. And at the end of the day, giving it to Arteta, it's going to probably cost him the job if we sign Sesko. It'd be similar to how we signed Havertz and put him on his mad wages. So, yeah, man, I think give it all to Berta, personally.
Cool.
No, that's not good.
Moving on to another signing though. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but Inter have just signed a centre back. I know Bayern were linked with him. I'm going to find it now.
Luis Enrique.
Yeah. The fact that they have just lost the final but still signed someone, and Bayern are still sat here looking like donkeys, again, goes to my point where I think realistically, if it fails, we get him. Where is this thingy? I've seen it earlier. There's loads of news that's been pushed out as well. Like I said, Kingsley Coman is going. Where he'll go, I don't know. I don't think it'll be Saudi because his wife doesn't feel like living in Saudi. That was actually put out there. That's not me saying it. So look, I don't know how to say it. Is it Enrique? Is that how you said it? Is that how you say it, Gio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will undergoes medical test and as a new player on Tuesday, 25 million package deal agreed with Olympic Marseille last week. Player due to land in Milan in the next couple of hours. So, yeah, 25 million for this centre back. Again, he was another player that Bayern Munich were linked with, Brazilian centre back. Does anyone know too much about him?
No,
not really. Never really heard of him. But listen, I know with the Inter, yes, they lost the final, but they have, in my opinion, the best CEO in all of Italy, and that's Beppe Marotta, man. That guy knows how to pinpoint signings that are cheap. I mean, listen, it's incredible what he was able to do with this Inter team to get to the final where they were, to pick up Inzaghi, to pick up a lot of these players like Barella, bringing them back with, bringing Conte, even though, like I said, Inter, they just copy Juventus all the time, bringing their, coaches and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised. But I think with Inter, listen, I don't know anything really that much about this guy, but if Marotta is making these moves, listen, it could be something that we don't know of, and it scares me. It scares me. It does. Even if he's a center back, I don't care because listen, I know there's going to be probably a couple center backs like Acerbi possibly could leave this summer. Who knows what's going to happen with Bastoni if he will leave, right? We don't know. Barella, there's links of him. Chananoglu also links as now. Lautaro too is going to be probably gone too. That's what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So the whole half the Inter team is going to be leaving, pretty much. Especially if Inzaghi leaves. I think Inzaghi will be like the domino effect. So, I mean, with Beppe Marotta, you have to trust him probably with these signings, honestly. No,
I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000%. So let's see what happens. But it's a good signing for them either way. Again, Bayern need to be on it like a car bonnet if can't think of his freaking name. Bastoni comes on the market. Lautaro Martinez to Bayern. No, Catalan, you're about to get banned, bro. I've already got one fraud at striker, bro. I don't need another. You've already got someone that can't even fucking speak English. That's supposed to be English. Mr. Hurricane, fucking clown. But yeah, let's go through Mr. Here We Go's Twitter quickly, and let's just go through a couple of these things. So skip the shit ones. Negotiations between Al Hilal and AC Milan for Theo Hernandez advanced since last week, but there's still no breakthrough. The key factor is that will be Theo's decision, as he's not approved the potential move to the Saudi league just yet. The fact that he is available for 30 million and he's going to Saudi.
Well, the thing is, you know what the crazy thing is? There's actually just new news on a lot of Juve sources now that there could be a swap deal with Cambiaso and Theo Hernandez because Milan is interested in Cambiaso now.
Nah, Gio, you shouldn't do that.
I don't know.
Don't do that, bro.
Listen, I mean, Cambiaso, he did well. He did well at the start of the season, but then he took a massive dip after those injuries that he had.
Who is your left back?
It was normally Cambiaso.
Oh, it was him. Okay.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere though, Joe. Can't he? He's like one of the most versatile players in the league.
You're not just sign him though. You're not Paul.
What? No. I mean, listen. I think that
because you said it's a swap deal. Could you not just sign Theo Hernandez?
Yeah, no, we could.
Only linked with Cambiaso.
Yeah,
but
the thing is,
linked with your guy.
Yeah, I don't think Man City is gonna get Cambiaso now. I think that's off the table supposedly. But I don't know. I mean, it's depending because we don't really know. Remember, it's a long market. It's a long market, man. So, I think
Hernandez, Theo Hernandez shouldn't go Saudi. He should go different European club.
Yeah.
Because
go chase back.
I think Milan, like Gio, you'll know this as well. They're a mess, bro. Proper mess, mate. They're in the absolute gutter right now. You know, they missed out on European football. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole thing going on their board as well. I mean, they got Zlatan, don't they? As like,
but Josh, they got some new guy in there. His name is.
Wait, they got a new guy now.
They got this guy. He's the new sporting director now.
There we go.
His name is Tade. I mean, he just signed. Listen, he just signed Allegri. Listen, you know me. I'm not a big Allegri fan, but I'm actually scared. But I'm scared actually now of Milan because they have no Europe.
No Europe. Yeah.
And not just that, but with Milan, I feel like that if they make a couple good signings, because Tade is he's making moves. If he brings Luka Modric, I don't care how old he is, he could revive himself at Milan for sure. You know, we've seen.
We're getting one of the best.
Wait, Modric is going to Milan.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying.
He's linked.
Listen, if that happens, I'm telling you, Milan it could be coming back. I'm telling you.
But the thing is that they're gonna get some money for players because I think. How much you guys pay for Ryan?
I think
60 million.
We're paying 60
was it 60 million
pounds, but 60 million pounds is like 70 million euros, something like that.
Leao may go for a bit of money as well.
Yeah,
I think that they said he's not going though.
Yeah, he's not going to go.
The goalkeeper and Leao are the two people that Allegri want to keep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I told you, Josh, Allegri, because of his defensive, he's gonna want to use Leao. I'm telling you, and this is why
he's a good man. No, listen,
watch out for Milan,
and Gio, you'll know this. Like he came back to you after he's so successful. Maybe that was a mistake for him going back to you guys after, because it's kind of damaged his reputation a little bit when he went back to you guys. In my opinion, I think he did. I think he did so well with you guys. In that. When you dominated, I mean, you was year in year out domination. But when he went back to you guys, it kind of like you wanted to repeat that again. But yeah, he was a whole mess, and it just didn't really work out for him. But that don't take away how good he is as a manager. I think he'll do well at Milan. I really do. And as you said, no European football next season. They got the league to focus on now. You know, that's all they've got, and I think they're gonna go far next season, especially if you think about a player like Leao. Yeah, he's been off it big time. He's been so frustrating to watch. You know, he's got all the flair, flashy, like the technical ability, but the end product ain't there for me with Liao.
Yeah.
I saw him a few years ago though, like maybe when they had was it Poli as manager when they won the league.
Yeah. Yep.
He looks a very promising player, but I just think the situation at Milan is a very messy, and I just think, you know, he's became a very lazy player when you watch him. He's got a bit of an ego as well. It seems like.
Yep.
I think under Allegri, he'll get it out of him.
He'll get it out of him because he knows how to deal with champions. Allegri knows how to deal with top players, which we've seen it. And the reason why in my opinion, the second time he failed at Juve was because one, we did not have a great squad. It was nothing compared to when he was first coaching. And when he was first coaching, he took over Conte's winning team that was winning already 3 Scudetti in a row. So it's a whole different team. But I feel like with Milan, they actually have a lot of key players already. They have, in my opinion, they have a not bad midfield. I mean, listen, if somehow they keep Reiners, which I don't think is going to happen, you know what I mean? Listen, that would be crucial. I mean, listen, if they also sign Luka Modric, that's very good for experience in terms of the locker room, because right now, Milan's mentality in the locker room is so garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that definitely, man, I feel like with Allegri he's gonna really get a lot of things, especially with his defensive tactics. And who knows, maybe he learned something new, right? We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it would Catalan, that's not happening, bro. Dybala to Milan, no way. No. Because that's not. You know why? Because Allegri and Dybala, they clashed already. So that's done.
Ooh, yeah.
That's done already. So,
Yeah, Gio. I've actually seen it a couple of times. Yeah,
but Catalan,
Dybala and Allegri. Oh.
Yeah. This guy Catalan says Napoli are too strong. Listen, they had the reason why they won, and they only won by 1 point. Okay, they had no European football. That's one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, they're getting KDB, but now it's a whole different ball game. Yes, congrats, you kept Conte, but Conte is only one type of.
They have your manager, Gio, bro. They have your manager.
Listen. This is not the first time, Josh. This is not the first time, because I remember when Conte, and one thing is for sure, if Conte does not get what he wants in this summer transfer window, they only just signed what KD.
Yeah.
They don't say they're going for it. I'm telling you right now. And if they don't win nothing, Conte is gone.
Of course. You saw how close he was leaving this season anyway. He demanded, I want this money, I want this much money to stay. And I think that's what he's gonna get. You know, I mean, you look at him bringing in De Bruyne, you look at him bringing maybe Jonathan David, and I mean, they're looking at Gyökeres there as well. You know, like they'll sign some new players in the window, and I think that's where he's gonna stay with them. But you know,
imagine De Bruyne with Gyökeres. So.
Oh. But Josh, not just that, but I'll tell you.
Gio, I'm sorry, Juventus not getting top 4 if Napoli sign Gyökeres.
No, that's not happening. They're not linked. They're not linked with them. But the thing is with
Copium.
With what's that called? With Conte, right? The reason why I think that he rejected Juventus was because there were so many uncertainties at my club. That he was like, you know what? I'd rather just stay with the Napoli project at the moment.
That's fair.
Because listen, we got rid of Giuntoli. You know, Josh, we talked about this when we had our episode together.
Yeah.
Giuntoli is gone. Guys, I don't know if you know, because I know there's some people in here that watch the Premier League, but this director, what's his name? Comoli. I just did a video. Damian Comoli. Do you know who he is, Josh? Because he played for you. He not played. He was a director for your club, I believe. Sporting director. But
for Arsenal.
Yeah, for Arsenal back in the day. Yeah.
Say his name again.
Damian Comoli.
Damian Comoli. What is he with you guys now?
Yeah, he just signed in as the new general manager. Yeah, I just did a whole video about him. We
used to have. Do you know who Ivan Gazidis is? He's with Milan. Oh well, I think he was with Milan.
Well, he
was a fraud, mate. Absolute fraud.
Damian Comoli was at Tottenham, not at Arsenal.
Tottenham.
I thought he was at Arsenal. I swear it was Arsenal.
I don't remember.
Tottenham and Liverpool. Those 3.
Was that Arsenal as well?
Yeah, for time.
It must be before I was born then.
1996. Yeah, he was at Arsenal in 1996.
Yeah,
Arsenal 96.
But he was a scout. He was just a scout.
Yeah, he was a scout. So he has experience as a scout, as a sporting director, and also as a president and CEO. So I mean, listen, him coming in I mean, he was actually the one that founded Luka Modric, by the way, back at Tottenham. So,
But who's gonna
that's
be the
not
new
bad.
manager for Juve?
At the moment,
usually get Zidane, bro.
who? Zidane? I know.
Zidane.
Listen. Imagine
Yeah,
because
man,
listen,
Zidane.
listen, Josh. Let's
Zizou.
not rule out the Zidane question yet. But it's only a dream at the moment. It's just a dream. But
Come on, you got.
but
It's the
listen,
only answer.
Who are the favorites right
think-
now?
the favorites are I think Tudor is the only one that I think is going to get the backing for the next season. That's what I think. Unless something changes, right? We don't know because he might leave. He might leave. So
He's done all right. He's done all right with you boys, to be
Yeah.
fair. But
but the thing is,
Zidane's out there right now, bro. Just sitting there.
I know.
Yeah,
He's
but he
out,
wants the French
yeah,
job,
but-
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
waiting. He's waiting for France.
That's what he wants
Yeah.
now, apparently.
Yeah, but the thing is also
He
with
wants a national team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. But the thing is also with Zidane is like we haven't really seen him rebuild a team. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
Yes, though.
like who? Real Madrid.
Yeah, 2021. He took over
Yeah,
the
No,
youth
but
project
but the thing is
and
with,
won a league title.
yeah, that's true. But the thing is, they had a lot of the same pillars as they did when they won that Champions League. That's what helped them. For Juventus, is a completely different story. We don't have any pillars anymore that won those 9 50 in a row for a decade. You know what I mean? So it's a completely different scenario, and I feel like that getting Zidane now wouldn't be the time. I think getting him maybe possibly, who knows, in a couple years, maybe that'll be good. You know what I mean? Plus, he's just gonna wait for the France job, and I think that's pretty much, like I said, it will be a dream. I'm telling you, it will be the craziest thing if he would come to Juve, just like right now. But I actually, Josh, if you think about it, I mean, listen, Tudor is not a bad manager. I feel like that. Yes, he lost only one game, but I feel like that he did it with multiple players, bro. Because half of them were, he just came in only for 6 to 9 games, and then all of a sudden he won almost all of them, tied a couple, and then he only had only a 1 loss. So I think if Juve could back this guy up, get a couple of players like a Gyökeres, right, like somebody, you know what I mean, that's like big, like a Osimhen maybe, right?
Never heard of
That-
a player called
that would
somebody,
be-
bro.
I mean,
You take De Bruyne.
There's somebody at this
You take
point,
De
bro,
Bruyne,
because we're linked with everybody. You know what I'm saying? No, De Bruyne is to Napoli.
Bro,
yeah,
we
to
were
be
linked
honest.
with everybody. We're waiting for fucking Wirtz to sign for the fucking scum, bro.
Yeah, but I think by next week, Juve will start making moves on the market because tomorrow.
You only have till June 10th, though, yeah?
Yeah, but I think because tomorrow the guys are coming in. By the way, we're having our scout back. He's coming back. Tonozzi, he's the one that actually founded Yildiz, Hoyson, all those guys. So he's coming back to the club, maybe as a sporting director. And then Comoli's coming in as well, and plus Chiellini's going to be the new director of the sporting management, the sporting department. So he's going to be the new director in there. So
Do you think that's a good idea, though?
huh? Yeah, I think so.
Do you think that's a good
I think
idea?
Yeah.
Because but you look at Zlatan at Milan right now.
Yeah, but Zlatan's got a
Yeah,
hell
but
of a-
Zlatan was the CEO, Josh. Zlatan was the CEO.
Oh, okay.
That's why. With
And
he
he's
was
got
the CEO with Fioriani, and not just that, but he has a lot of power in terms of who to choose. Chiellini, yes, he'll make some of the decisions, but it all goes through Comoli.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Comoli is going to be the guy that's going to be doing a lot of the, Comoli is like the overseer, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then there's like he's going to be the guy to make the check marks if you're doing a good job. Otherwise, that. And then the sporting director, it's either going to be Massara, former Milan coach that won with Maldini when he was there.
Wow.
With in the sporting management, the one that built the team with Pioli. That's the guy that we could be looking at. And then there's some other 2 guys, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, but my club has been
you
moving
need
forward.
you need that though, Gio. I think. You need,
we needed a revamp,
yeah,
bro.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
in that management, the management was the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Gio, how
that's even worse. That's even worse, Anthony. That's even worse. I know
wow.
you're a Milan fan. That's even worse. If Ibra's the advisor to Cardinale, that's even worse, bro. Oh my gosh, because that means that he's got a lot of more power. So
How Gio, how toxic are you, man? How toxic are your fans wanting Motta out in his first season? Give him time, mate. Trust the process.
No, trust the process, bro. Listen, man, I still can't believe that a lot of Arsenal fans are still backing Arteta, bro.
You need to get another zebra, bro. Call it win.
Nah, this guy, bro. This guy.
You know what they need to do?
Bro. Nah,
They
you
need to go
you're
buy
gonna
a
need
cat
another
and call it
bald guy. You know what
Spurs.
I'm saying? You're gonna need another company. You know what I'm saying? With a nice hairline. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need that.
Hey, company won a league title in his first season with us, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah, he
that's
did.
true. That's
He
true.
did.
But you know, a lot of the fans and for Bayern are company out. You know what I'm saying? So
Not me, man.
Yeah, but Arteta has won 2 community shields.
you know, if this guy mentions Tur statue again, man, I'm telling you, ban this guy from the damn comments, bro. This is fraud. Absolute
Statue.
He's not.
Absolute bum, bro.
He's not leaving. He wants
Nah,
to
nah.
stay. I've seen that report.
Gio, Juve transfer news. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what does he mean?
I don't know. You signing someone?
No way, really? No.
But we've got what was I gonna say? What's it call it?
Oh my gosh, Jonathan David, what the hell?
What, you're signing Jonathan David?
Juventus
Wait,
are in
what?
context to get the David deal done. Damn,
That's
so
a
we
mad
basically we just took over the lead against Napoli. Oh, I can't wait to bring this
shit.
up. Thursday, I cannot wait. You know what, bro?
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Wait. What the fuck's just happened?
Bomba.
Nah,
Bomba.
bomba, man. Nah. Juventus are in context. You know, Kamoli, bro? Kamoli, I would give you a kiss, bro. This freaking guy. You know,
Only to mess it up.
Brother,
nah, but listen. Of course, the deal is never done. It's never over. But listen, if Juventus is making moves now already, I'm like, listen,
Bro, I
that's
told
good.
you, Gio. You have until the 10th, bro.
Yep. So yeah, no,
Because
and
we've got
listen,
the
that
special
worked.
window.
That worked because listen, I was wondering the same question. I said the market's open. Why hasn't my club been doing anything? You know what I'm saying? But I've been saying this for the past couple of times. It's like I feel like that not just my club, but even for Bayern, we're just waiting. I mean, I don't know what you guys are
Yeah,
doing.
Gio,
but,
let's not go down this road, bro. I'm gonna start.
No,
Calma, please.
Nah, but this guy says Gio Juve transfer news, and I just go on and I'm looking at yes,
That's
Juventus are
mad.
still pressing for Jonathan David
Josh
to
is
get the deal
pissed.
done.
I'm
Yeah,
vexed, bro. I'm telling you, I'm vexed, Gio.
Did you want him at Arsenal, David?
I wanted him at Arsenal, bro. He's
Yeah, he's a good
going to be on a free transfer.
Free?
For free.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
free.
god.
Wow.
He's got.
Oh my days.
Michael, you could have done with him, bro. You got fucking Brobbery or whatever his name is.
Yeah, guys, please, if some of
Robbie.
you want Robbie, buy him, please.
Napoli are no
Please,
longer
man.
interested. Napoli are no longer interested in Jonathan David. What the fuck,
man?
bro?
They're
they
going to
don't
go for
sign him,
Gyökeres. They're going for
I
Gyökeres.
don't think so, bro. I don't
They're going
think
for
so.
Gyökeres.
They're going for
They do?
Vlahovic. And he'll
They're going
score
to
more
Kane.
goals
Take
for
him,
them.
take him, bro.
Kane.
Take him. Listen,
Michael, I've
They'll
got a
have
question.
Vlahovic. They'll have Vlahovic
take-
and
I
Lukaku
would
up top
bro, I would
What's your
take
question?
him.
until win the league title.
Go on, Josh.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen,
Michael.
I would take him. Bro.
Alfie will be there.
Michael, I got a question, bro, about a player we link with. You know, I can't pronounce his name. Is it Hato or Hatu?
Yeah, Hato.
Hato. How good is he, man?
Hato,
We
yeah.
link with
Yeah,
him.
he's pretty good. He can play left back and center back. He's really good, man.
Oh wow.
One of our
Because I
best
thought
players.
he's 17 and he's captain of you guys last season, right?
Yeah, man. Right now, it's not the captain, but he was a captain for a couple of games last season.
Basically, Josh, he's saying he's too good. Now fuck off.
But yeah, you have to pay a lot of money to get him.
A lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Ah man.
But they won't have any money left. They have to break the bank on Sesko.
Yeah, man. Ah.
Damn.
Josh is
Yeah.
pissed.
Well, I've
Josh,
still
if
got
you-
How are you gonna
Fine,
feel,
bro.
Josh? How are you gonna feel when
Hey.
Zubimendi plays up top as striker and Sesko is playing left wing because they both flop into a natural position?
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, bro. Because he put Aubameyang on left wing when we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, and we used to play under Emery, play 4-4-2. Yeah, Aubameyang and Lacazette scored 70 goals together that season and got us Europa League final. As soon as Arteta comes in, he changes it all around, puts Aubameyang as a left winner.
Yeah,
if anything, Aubameyang's playing left wing back, to be honest.
He's
Right, that's
afraid
what
for
it's-
strikers. He doesn't like strikers, man. This guy.
Josh,
Nah, he
I do
don't,
have
man,
to
he
say
don't.
something to you though, bro. If and when you sign
What?
Sesko, I need you to go on eBay, brother, and I need you to buy a Tesco top, and I need you to go on stream, bro.
Nah, you definitely gotta do that.
It's done.
What are the ones the workers wear, bro?
Liam.
Oh my god, man.
That actually be cool.
Oh my.
What's this?
Crazy, bro.
7th season in a row with Goretzka. All right. Allow it. Allow it. To be fair, actually, I didn't speak about Jonathan Tah. Isn't really much news on Jonathan Tah. Basically, the news is that Bayern Leverkusen are not just being frauds to Liverpool, but they're being frauds to us as well. They're not willing to let him play at the Club World Cup. Obviously, they just got the 10 million from Real Madrid to play, so Trent can play. And they're basically using that as a benchmark. They want 7 million, where Bayern Munich's offer is 250,000. So we're very off. We're very, very off. So I believe I'm right by saying Jonathan Tah would be able to play for Bayern in the Club World Cup quarter final if we were to get there, but not obviously before that. So yeah, it is what it is. Leverkusen, I can't wait for them to get relegated with Ten Hag, bro. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, bro. And when we go against them, if we don't slap 7, bro, it's company out all day. Because I need that 7 Hag all back again, bro. Yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're close to 5K, so if you could do that, would be much and greatly appreciated. Yeah, 55 million. 55 million. For
Yeah, and instead we're paying 72 for Sesko. Make it make sense.
Crazy.
If I was the director of Bayern, right? Obviously, we'd probably be relegated if I was director because half our players would be got. That's not the point. I would get Gyökeres. I'd put him on the left wing.
Liam.
I would I'd put him on the left wing, and then when Kane pisses off, I'd put him at striker. That's what I'd do because he can play left wing. He plays left for Sweden.
And he played left for Coventry as well. Someone was telling me the other day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because obviously they got Isak, haven't they?
Yeah, in the Sweden. Yeah.
I'd play him there, but hey, what do we know? We don't know ball, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
I've had a bunch of Arsenal fans gassing up Sesko in my chat saying, "Oh, you know nothing about football."
Have they ever watched Sesko?
No way,
bro. Because they take little 5-minute clips from YouTube and gas him up. Yeah, where someone like Lyon's seen this guy playing his league and he said he's shit.
Oh my god.
Nah, he's worse than.
They sit there and say,
But
You want a great striker?
Let's not
Arsenal want
talk
a
about
great striker.
Blackfish, bro. He's worse than Nunes.
Nah. Oh my god.
He is. He's worse than Nunes.
Nah.
Far
You
better
still
player.
got this guy. You know what I'm saying? You still got this guy.
Here he goes again.
Bro, lifetime contract for him, Gio, yeah?
Nah, no way, bro. No way. You could listen, bro. You could take him. You know, I'll put him with a nice little bow in his little hair over there, bro, and I'll send him right
like
to
your
Josh,
hair?
bro. Nah. This guy,
Bro,
bro.
don't lie. You didn't dye your hair. Your hair's turned that color because of the stress.
Because of the stress? Nah, bro. Listen, I did it to jinx Inter. You know what I'm saying? I did it to jinx Inter, and it worked perfectly.
No, it worked.
We are getting him out of Liverpool. Who?
Craziness. Crazy.
Who? Oh, Darwin Núñez?
What's this? Oh, there's breaking news as well on Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. Dortmund.
Deal
Yeah.
was- the
Oh,
deal was
Joe
done.
Bellingham to Dortmund.
It's done.
Yeah, deal's done. Yeah, I can't wait for Jonathan Tah to snap his legs.
Yo.
That'd be absolutely
Yo.
Bro, he looks like a trick. Joe. You'll slap his legs
He
right
does.
run.
I need the Roy Keane to Alfie.
Two-foot him.
That's what I need.
Yeah, two-foot him. Yeah. Yeah, Liam, I would say
Leverkusen as
two-foot him.
well. Yeah, Diaz is going to Barca though, isn't he? He's not going to. Keep him
want
away
to-
from Dortmund. I don't want him.
Bro, I want Zagrova, bro, in my club. At Juve.
The fuck is that?
Zagrova, bro. That guy is a good player.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. By the way, we're
That
getting
guy is a
Turkey.
good player. Who's
Where
getting
is he
Turkey?
playing?
We're getting Turkey.
Lille in Lyon.
Lyon.
Oh, okay.
Leon.
Oh, Cherky. No. I'm
No,
saying,
the other player.
Oh,
Oh, who?
Zagrova.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Zagrova.
Lille. Yeah, Lille. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I remember.
remember
Yeah,
them?
I remember.
Wait, he
Yeah,
plays
no,
for who?
Yeah,
Lille.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
He's
no,
good.
he's
player,
good.
yeah.
Good player.
Wait, what's his name?
Zagrova.
Zagrova.
Oh, he's
Grover.
the player from, I can't say it. Is it Casanova or Koso Ovo or something like that? I know who you're on about. He's a winger, right?
Kosovo.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
plays for
fast
Lille
winger.
in
He's,
Lyon.
he's
Yeah, he's fast.
from Kosovo.
Kosovo, that's it.
Yeah, Kosovo.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know who you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy, man. I mean, when he played against Juve too, bro, I'm like, am I seeing flashes of Chiesa or something? Like seriously, the way that he was
Chiesa at
playing.
Liverpool, though.
Wait,
Yeah.
Chiesa is in the injury-prone Chiesa, or Chiesa
No.
is in the good player Chiesa?
And the good player Chiesa, and the good.
He
player
is, and needs to
Chiesa.
come back to Italy, Gio.
Italy, yeah, no, he
He needs
does.
to come
He
back.
does.
Nah, he needs to go to Arsenal, bro.
he needs to get out of that. Nah.
Reject FC,
Listen,
listen.
listen, Josh, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think all the Italians need to come back to Italy. You know what I'm saying? They need to get out of that rain cloud over there. You know what I'm saying? They need to come to the nice beaches. You know what I'm saying? The limestone.
Exactly.
Hey,
bro.
I've got a suggestion. Castromontes. Alicio Castromontes. Take him out of this fucking league. Because if he scores one more goal against Brugge, yeah, I'm going to fucking throw my chair out of the fucking window. This guy, yeah, every fucking time. It doesn't matter, yeah. Oh, he's
Bro,
actually our
I
favorite.
thought this guy was trying to be a scout. This guy's just being a hater.
This guy will get the ball, yeah, at the halfway line, run down the pitch and score against us just because he plays against us. He's dogged it every fucking day of the league. Then he plays against us, yeah, scores a fucking beauty. This guy, yeah, go buy him. Yeah, you want an Italian? Go buy Castromontes.
What would you do?
Alf, by the way, Alf, I did hear some news that we are going in for that youngster from Club Brugge, Jashari.
Yashari?
Oh, he's good.
Yeah,
We're
Yashari.
not getting. Man City is not getting him. He's going to be like 50, 60 million. Man City ain't paying that. For the backup DM, Man City isn't paying that.
Where do you think Donnarumma ends up?
PSG? Why would he leave? Just want Champions League.
There's rumours that he's going to
Yeah,
leave
he's
on
won
a
the Champions League.
Yeah, there's rumours.
He's linked
he's
to
gonna leave on a
City,
break.
right?
Why would he?
He said on
I'd take him in a heartbeat.
He's linked to
the
City.
interview. There was an interview after the game, and he said he doesn't know if he's going to stay or not.
Go to Bayern. You need
Donnarumma, Bayern.
Neuer, he's gone, any? Well, he's not gone, but he's.
Wow, Neuer on 1 foot's better than Raya, but yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
Donnarumma, I would
he's
take
getting
him.
cooked, man.
I would take him. I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, man.
I thought you lot were getting Costa.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I don't know. It's weird. This club, they do weird
Yeah, it's
things.
weird.
Pep
It's weird.
Guardiola.
But,
Pep Guardiola is
but
obsessed.
most likely we're getting him. Yeah, most likely
Pep Guardiola.
most likely we're gonna get him.
Pep Guardiola is obsessed with goalkeepers who can pass the ball rather than actually fucking do the goalkeeping part. It's so weird.
bro. At this rate, you may as well sign a midfielder and put him in goal.
Yeah, facts.
No. I literally said at some point during the season, put Ederson in the fucking midfield because he's better than our midfielders, and go put Kyle Walker back in the net. Because, oh my god, these goalkeepers, it don't matter who we have in the net. Bro, you can put Gladio Bravo in our net because Ederson ain't stopping anything. This team, bro.
No.
It's a statue to Arsenal. Here we go.
Bro,
Can we just get a fucking goalkeeper? We have not had a goalkeeper since Joe Hart left this fucking club.
Yeah.
Madness. Who's this guy got in his background? Hold up.
What, Alexis, bro? The best.
Alexis.
Our last ever world class player. That's what I played for
I
us.
thought that was Alexis.
Before I leave,
And then
Alexis.
Bergkamp, Omri.
On your right
Oliver.
shoulder, bro. You got loads
Yeah.
of trophies there. Where's your Champions League?
Oh.
Mate, look closely. Hold on, we're on side. Wait. Oh, bro, I need to move out the way. Hold on. Wait, zoom back in, bro.
lift your hand if your club has won the Champions League.
Wait
Wait
I
a
moved
second.
that side. Hold on. Can you see the community shield in the back as well? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Liam has 34 of those.
Out the community shield.
Whoa. Stop disrespecting the Bundesliga title, bro. Come on now. Man called it a community shield, bro. That's peak. To be fair, me and Michael are the only ones on the panel that have won it 3 times in a row.
Six.
I'm the only one who's ever won it on this panel, right? Everyone else has won it.
Yeah.
And Dio's club stole one from us.
Oh boy.
Wait.
1996.
Who?
Yes,
Dio's club
1996.
stole one
Geo
from us.
Club.
Yeah.
Yes,
96.
1996. Ravanelli, Grande. Yes. We needed to do that, bro. We needed to do that. And we took one for Liverpool as well. Never forget that. Right? Jordan, sorry for you in the comments, bro. Nah, but 96. 96.
Nah, man.
96.
Right.
Justice.
Should have five. Should have five, man.
Bro, Catalan said Onana is available. Wait, Michael, was Onana actually good at Ajax or no?
It was a player that he was good, but to be honest, in last 5 months he was really bad.
Oh, he was really bad. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because Michael said in one of the other shows, he said,
yeah,
the Howlers didn't just come at United.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Even when he was playing under 21s at Ajax, he was already having those mistakes.
Those mistakes. Yeah,
But guys, he passes a ball well.
Yeah,
he
overrated.
passes-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He passes the ball into his own net.
Yeah,
Bro, Pep would love him. Pep would love him. In fact, Pep has praised Onana, yeah? You know that?
What?
Yeah, Pep has praised Andre Onana.
When?
Bro, back in Champions League final when we played them, Pep Guardiola loves these goalkeepers who can't fucking stop a shot. It's his fucking fetish, I swear down. He threw out Joe Hart away. Then he was like, yeah, let's bring in Claudio Bravo. Let's bring in Ederson.
So-
Ederson, by the way, has had like 6 good months in his whole career. People still hype him up for that. Like, my God. And Pep Guardiola wants to keep Ederson and Ortega next season. Like, bro, we're not going to sign.
I've heard about that,
Garcia.
Alf. Yeah, I've heard about that. He apparently wants to keep them both next season.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like-
not getting Garcia if they're both staying. But what are we doing here?
Mm.
No, I'm with you.
No. Alf, I'll tell you what. Get sell Ortega, get in Costa, and keep Edison. That's what I
No,
would do.
Costa can't fucking stop a shot either. He's just not passing. Fucking passing.
Exactly, Ortega can't even stop up. He can't even stop a friggin' shot. He
Neither
cost us
can
an FA Cup final.
Neither can Ederson.
Wait, are we talking about Onana here or somebody else?
All
Talk about
Premier League
Ortega.
goalkeepers.
Talk about Ortega.
Fair. Oh yeah, Ortega, isn't he not linked in back to Germany?
Yeah, he was linked. Yeah, he was apparently linked to Leverkusen. Apparently for a double swap deal with Wirtz, but yeah, well, you know, Wirtz the friggin' rat has
One sec.
stabbed our back. He stabbed Bayern's back. He stabbed both our backs, and he's not going to the Scousers, apparently.
No, I'm with you. But anyway, I'm going to end here. Bless up to everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Josh is about to fall asleep on stream. So
No one, bro.
Nah,
I'm seeing this team, that team, sign players, and we're just not doing nothing, bro.
Bro, how do you think I feel, bro? I've got to sign no one. We were getting
Fair.
Florian Wirtz, and then the next minute we're getting no one, bro. So I'm with you. But yeah, I'm gonna redirect over to my stream. We're going to be talking about transfer news on there. Anyone that wants to, the link, if you want it, let me know in the private chat. But I know it's late for a lot of you guys. So, but yeah, bless up to everybody. Big up chat. I'm going to send you all over there. And yeah, until then, yes, I'm me and my people.
Yeah, big up, Josh. First
You got
first
AK,
time
bro. Nice
meeting
to meet
bro.
you, man. Yeah, nice to meet you, AK, bro. Pleasure, bro.